charts are bold. DD bands rapping stories untold. Riding with rockets through their AI. Up we go, reaching for the sky. Every train home never dies. On the edge as the numbers fly. Checking the charts, midnight glory. Heartbeat thumping, another story. Green and red, flashing voices loud. Future kings spinning on their cloud. Riding with rocket scooter AI. Up we go, reaching for the sky. Every train home never dies. On the edge as the numbers fly. The pulse ascending, mind on fire, never ending. Trees of gold, endless fight. Push on through the endless night. Riding with rocket scooter AI. Up we go, reaching for the sky. Every train home never dies. On the edge as the numbers fly. Checking the charts, midnight glory. Heartbeat thumping, another story. Green and red, flashing voices loud. Future kings standing on their cloud. Checking the charts with their AI. Up we go, reaching for the sky. Every train home never dies. On the edge as the numbers fly. Checking the charts, checking the charts. Midnight glory. Time to re-in-awe, it's blending. Mind on fire, never ending. Dreams of gold, endless fight. Push on through the endless night. Push on through the endless night. Push on through the endless night.
What's up, friends? Welcome to the morning stream, Trading with Matt. How are you guys doing? My name is Matt. We are here live, ready to go. News announcement. I've passed the 400K mark as of last night. And of course, I guess accidentally, I went live with Take Profit after like 3 weeks of trading with them. I didn't expect that to happen. Or I've been told I'm going live. I accidentally made 10K in one account, so I guess that kicks you to live automatically. That ends the journey there. You know, my goal with the props were to like go live in every major prop just to show off and say that I can do it. You know, like everyone's doing props, everyone's posting payouts, but everyone's kind of lying to the world and pretending they're good but not really good. Like, hey everyone, look, I made $1 million this one place or whatever. But then when you add it all up, they take home like $400,000. You know, when you minus the taxes, the profit split, and how many thousands of accounts you blew up to get there. You know, the Take Profit, it's one of the ones, you know, I'm like, let me go in, let me do the props, let me pass it and go live. Let me see if I can just, live is the ultimate goal of a prop, right? You make so much money, they push you to live. If you're not making enough money, they don't push you to live. So even if you make like 20, 50, $100,000 payouts, but you're paying that much in, they're going to keep you in the system. I mean, it's a casino, right? So I'm like, if I go live, I can prove that I'm just milking these props dry. So I've only been doing props for about a year. And so far I've gone live with ETF. I've gone live with My Funded Futures. I've gone live with Tradeify. What is live, right? So it's like when you pass your evals and, you know, you go to a funded account, then you trade the funded and then you get payouts. But if you're making so much from payouts, they're going to be like, let's cut this person off and give them a real account to trade with. And they give you a real money account. I've signed, you know, power of attorney agreements with these firms, and I've been trading their actual money, not just paper trading with their actual money. That's what a live account is. I give you an actual account with actual money, and then you and the firm split the actual money. And so I've been on the journey to do that. I'd go live, then I'd stop and then move to another firm, go live, stop in another firm, just to show I can do it. You know, some people are like, you know, to get their big payouts, they must have blown up 500,000, 10,000 times for take profit, right? I mean, like all of my accounts to get my first payout, it took me 5 accounts. That's it. 5 accounts. My first 5 accounts got the payout. To get to live, which means you get paid out enough, they push you to live. The accounts are on one page. Literally. 15. That's all it took. In 3 weeks. And now I'm live. Now I've got money. Now they're giving money to trade with. Apparently, that's what you guys said. So it wasn't hard. That was like the easiest path I ever had to get to live. Yeah, like I'm not the person that blows up like 10,000 times to finally get to the destination. Anyways, I'll get to see the journey live. And now that I finished the journey with Take Profit, I don't know what I want to do next. So chat, tell me, what should I do next? I'm still working on Funded Next. And I keep taking payouts left and right. But the fictitious live program that they've mentioned has not happened. So I'm not really sure they actually have one. I might be spinning my wheels here, hoping it's coming, but we'll see. We'll see. Lucid next. You want me to do Lucid next? There's a lot of trade. Top Step. Oh my God. Let's go for Top Step, baby. No, Lucid. Okay. Maybe Lucid will be the next one. All right. I'm down with that. With that being said, here's the accidental let's say accidental, I guess, you know, I would like to just take the cash up, but you guys teach me something because I don't know anything. Like I said, I'm so new to this experience. What happens once you make 10,000 in one account? Like, tell me how this works. They liquidated the account mid-trade, by the way. If I still had that trade, probably made $40,000 on this one drop. I was shorting, actually, no, I didn't. I was shorting from here to plan on holding to lower DD band. And I went to the gym and I left the gym, joined Sir Darb stream. And then all of a sudden it was like, I got home, I looked at it and was like, oh, you've been liquidated. So what's going to happen? You'll have to tell me what's going to happen next. What do they do with the balance? What do they do with the funds? How much do I get paid of this? How much can I not get paid? Somebody said they freeze the funds and they put so much in a live account. How much do they freeze and how much do they push live? How much of it goes live? That's my next question. You're new, what's wrong with Top Step? Lately, Top Step has just been getting a lot of negative press from a lot of stuff. Kind of like traders have collectively just experienced bad thing after bad thing after bad thing with Top Step in the last maybe like 6 months. Every month there's something huge hitting the headlines. Like the platform was unstable. They fired all their employees. The CEO went off the hinge. They started rapidly changing their rules. Now that people are like accusing them of not paying out. I mean, it's just a lot. I don't personally have firsthand knowledge of it because I'm not involved in the Top Step system, but social media has collectively sort of like been dogging on Top Step the last month or so. My main issue with them was that the CEO was just doing some bigger picture things that I didn't agree with for the prop space. And so I kind of collectively didn't support them because of that. He's trying to regulate the space himself. He knows a little selfish motive, I thought, and damaging the space. But also, I didn't like it personally because I didn't like the platform, and they made everybody. Oh, then they kicked all the prop firms off their platform. You know, they gave them a message, they had to kick them off. So it's like one thing after the other that it just, people have been a little cautious going that route lately, and then they recently changed their plans. So So, with that being said, you know, they've fallen kind of hard in the rankings as of lately. But I mean, I never had a bad experience when I traded them, except for the platform. I hated TopSupX because it didn't let you separate out your accounts and have like, see, I have a DOM right here. In NinjaTrader, I can put like 5 DOMs next to each other, and each one can be assigned to a different account. So I can just trade it like I've got 5 different accounts open. The TopSupX, it forces every DOM you have has to be tied to the lead account that's flagged at the top of the screen. So you can really only copy trade in that, or you have to like go through menus and switch your account. So I found that to be cumbersome. That's kind of why I didn't. Yo, I am Liquidity. Morning, chat. Just want to say Darb and Yacht have been great for the stream. Any chance you play your submissions as a giveaway song? I will. What is your submission song? Let me find it. Thank you for the... I'll give the $2.50 to each of the boys. What's the name of it? What's your song name, sir? Come, all you degenerates. I like it. Where you at, Kyle? There you are. Gotcha. Okay, I'll play it today. Good morning, good morning, good morning. As you guys can see, I have passed the 400K mark. I'm now starting the day 17K up. One of my funded X made 68. One of my take profits made 10,000. One of them made 4,000. So I'm assuming that they said they're gonna freeze some of the funds, and a certain amount's gonna go live. I don't know the size of the live account, but I guess I'll let you guys know. So this will be my 4th prop firm to go live with, and I've only been doing props for a year. I probably have one of the biggest total payouts and props of anybody you guys know. I make a lot in this year from props. Everybody knows I carried the world record balance, or I was a world record attempt balance with Fund the Next, where they cut me off. I had $330,000 of standing balance with those guys. And then they capped payouts, so I wasn't able to take it all out. Before I was able to take it all out, I was able to take out, I think, 180,000 total. And like, I was taking it out in chunks. So I was afraid they were going to deny the payout, because I heard through the pipeline that payout caps are coming. And so it was like a race for me to get money out. I had to take some money out, wait 5 days and take out some more. And then I was going to wait 5 days, take out some more. And then that time it was like, boom, we have capped payouts now. So I managed, and before that I had taken out a lot too. So I'd managed to take out a fair amount, but they had told me, you know, there's a live program coming. We have a live program, and you have such a huge balance. You know, Risk Team is offered to give you a live program. It's the biggest live account. It's the biggest live account we've ever given out. We're so happy it's you, because, you know, you work closely with us, blah, blah, blah. You know, pay attention to the email. And I was like, okay. So the email never came, and then within a week they just capped payouts instead. So I'm curious if they actually even have a live program. I'm still gonna trade them till I go live. That's the goal, but it might be like an Apex situation where they talk about live, but there's not really a live program, you know? So I've been continuing to take payouts since then. They're cutting me, you know, $10 to $20,000 checks every week or two, and I'll keep taking the money, I guess. But I'd like to go live, so I'd like to finish up with this and move on to something else. But anyways, so currently the prop challenge is, so I'm doing a challenge from 100K to 1 million, and I'm the first ever to stream it live. And so you're like, well, no, this person streamed that. But listen, I'm the first person to ever stream it live, ever, the entire journey, with an account number on screen, the balance on screen, the position on screen, the P&L total on screen, and showing the history of the account and the stats of the account, all the deposits, all the withdrawals. I'll show you everything, including the trading stats, the P&L history, the curve. Not just, here's a broker statement. Broker statements just say how much is in the account. That's just the same as a balance. Like the history, like you guys will be able to, at the end of this, you'll be able to see what the P&L looked like the entire way, and the stats, and the expectancy, and the run up to drawdown ratio, and all the different stats that go with it. So other people have traded $1 million to that, but the whole thing, like nothing hidden, like, oh, oops, I had a losing day. Let me just, you know, like try to erase it from memory or whatever. Stream is magically deleted, or, you know, this is off screen and only comes on. By the way, guys, I'm up 17K on the main account, just letting you know. Like none of that stuff, right? It's here whether I win. It's here whether I lose. I take 90K drawdown one time, and I got the I got every Twitter account in town clipping it to meme it. You know, there ain't nobody putting that much risk on the table but yours truly. So this is to show you guys what it looks like to rapidly rush to 1 million. This is not something I'd recommend you normally do. You know, obviously I'll explain something, and every time I explain the conditions of this, people are like, one person like, stop bragging. Here's the thing, account partitioning is the trick. Account partitioning is where you take a fraction of your account and put it into your trading account. So let me give you an example. Let's say that you have 100K to your name, okay? And you want to trade. What is your stop loss on 100K? You might say, I'm willing to lose 5K of that, 5% in a single trade. Okay. So with that being said, what you do is you put 95K into your checking account on the sidelines, and then you put 90K into your checking account and 10K into your trading account. And then the 10K is in the trading account with 9K protected on the sidelines, as you guys have just figured out, is a guaranteed $10,000 stop on any given trade. Now, you allow yourself to, I allow myself just so I don't have to keep wiring money in. But everything in the account is like it's like my stop loss, except for I do it 50%. So I allow myself to lose half the account every single day, but it's not half of my funds. It's like 5% of 100K is, and you lose 5K, you've lost 5%. Whether the 5K has 95K in the same amount in the same account or 95K off to the side, yes, you lost 100% of your 5K that's in the account, but 100% of 5% of 100 is still 5K. It's still 5%. So the point is that account partitioning allows me to only trade what I'm willing to lose. And every single day, the rule is I'm allowing myself to lose half the balance in a single trade to scale to 1 million. You might say, damn, the guy's 90K drawdown. And every time I say this, I brag. Just imagine I've got $10 million sitting in cash off to the side. It's about to buy 3 workout studios and a fucking escape room, and the rest of it's sitting there looking for shit to buy. All right, that's how much I got sitting there. I put 100K into an account. This money can all be traded with. So the idea is oh no, Matt lost 90K. That's less than 1%. Like, you know, think about it like that. And so the goal is to rapidly scale, and it's going to be weird. You're going to see some days I might be like at 250K and take 90K a drawdown because of this environment. It's not every day, but it's this environment. This just raise of hands in chat if the 100K, I'm sorry, the December 100K, December, January, February has been like the most difficult trading you've pretty much ever experienced. That's my question to you guys. How hard has December, January, and February been for you? Tricky, choppy? Has this been the hardest quarter of your entire trading career? It has been the hardest quarter of my entire trading career. And I maybe 15 years ago, 16 years ago, it's out of recent memory. But since I got good at this, according to my definition of good, starting from here has been my worst time in the market. Even though now I'm trucking along, it took me a little bit to build a buffer. Now I can feel comfortable in trading. This has been the absolute worst. This, I crushed it back here. Here, I crushed it here. Here, I crushed it here. I mean, I've done really well through all of this. I was mostly a bull through all of this, and it was great. But this has been tough. And so if it's tough for you, never fear. The guy you're watching on stream, the guy making $1 million in a month, the guy that's been trading for 16 years is telling you, this fucked me up pretty bad. And yeah, a couple of hecklers out there, oh, he took 190K drawdown. I'm doing account partitioning. It's part of the goal. The goal is to go from 100K to $1 million in a month. That was, or as quick as possible, but a month-ish. That's the goal. So I'm gonna have to trade bigger and bigger and bigger and bigger. My average trade now is 10 to 20 contracts. My big trade is 50 from here. I'm over leveraging like crazy just to get there. And what happens if I blow it all up? Darn. Well, I go back to the 10 million pot and put 100K back in. Like, no big deal. And so the point of that is account partitioning allows you to do 2 things. Number one, none of your money's at risk. Trade what you're willing to lose. And it is a trick some people use. I have a friend of mine who's an accountant. He does very well. Probably makes 150, 200 a year. Just very advanced in his career. He puts $5,000 into a trading account. And he probably has, you know, hundreds of thousands, maybe millions saved up. It's $5,000 in a trading account. When he doubles it to 10, he takes out half and puts it back in the pot. That's just the word P for pot. Whatever his balance, whatever his income is. And he's at 5 again. Then goes to 10, puts 5 out. Goes to 10, puts 5 out. Loses the 5. Well, you go to the pot and put 5K back in. This rotational thing has one downside. Every time you put money in, you got a wiring fee. But that's it. But you know what's really cool about the strategy is whatever's in the pot is never at risk to your emotional tilting during times like this. You go and try to trade the NASDAQ or something, and you've got, say that you have 100K to your name. That's it. All you have is $100,000. And instead you're like, let me put it all into the trading account. But I only want to lose 5K. All right. And then you're trucking along. All of a sudden Trump tweets something, and now you're down 14K. You only want to lose 5, but you forgot to set a stop. You went to take a leak, and then now you went past 5. Now you're down 14. The first thing you usually don't do as a new trader is like, oh, crap, okay, forget this, I'm done. What the worst mistake you can make is you are down this much and it's red and it's sitting there and it's kind of like dancing around. You forgot to put your stop here and now you're down. And then the worst mistake you can ever do is to look at this and say, there's like 100K in there. There's enough money. I can probably hold through this. I've still got 86K. There's no way I'm going to blow this up. That is the biggest mistake you will ever do in trading, is to doubt your stop because there's more money there. So money that you weren't intending to risk at the start, you're now inviting to risk in the middle of a trade. Unintended risk that you're now taking on more risk. Once you're upside down, you're taking on more risk. It's the same thing as adding to a loser. You're taking some drawdown, you're adding more money to the pot because you're allowing it to be traded at this point. Gone way beyond your stop loss. Now you're digging into your reserves. And then you go tilt and you lose a little bit more and you go, oh, you know what? It's only 20. Yeah, there's still 80K back in there. I'm fine. Whew, okay, now I'm at 85. Holy shit, I'm at 60. Oh man. Okay, add some more because I got to get it back quick. Okay, I'm gonna add like 20 more contracts. Okay, I'm at 60, I'm at 50. Oh God, I'm at 30 and 40. You know what? I make 200K a year. And I've got like a million. So I'll just put 100K back in tomorrow. Okay. I'm going to hold on because if I die, I'm just going to put the whole thing back in tomorrow. That's fine. And then you lose it all. And then you really, you're out of money, right? You do what I call like the bargaining portion of trading. You take a bad decision and it sort of snowballs into worse decisions because all your money's in the account. So when I teach in the boot camps that I teach is account partitioning, it's a strategy for limited capital exposure. And when you have limited capital exposure, you only put in what you're willing to lose. And then that's your play money. And it's actually your stop loss. You only put your stop loss in as the balance. You don't have untraded funds sitting there. And you just navigate to a certain place, take out half, navigate to a certain place, take out half. Then you're stockpiling your money on the side. You're trading props, take your payout, goes in the same pot. You've got a pot of money that's continuing to grow a little bit. Put a little bit into a trading account to trade it. Your goal is to wean off of props, trade your own money, and get the best benefits out of it. We use the same technique. Maybe you've made 50, 60 grand of payouts and props. Don't put it all into a trading account and lose the whole thing. Put 5, put 10, get used to growing an account, and scaling your risk as the account size gets bigger, right? And these are good tricks for account and risk management that traders will teach you how to do. That makes sense, you guys? We all on the same page here, ladies and gentlemen? Dropping you guys the wisdom of how you turn trading into a business. You never really thought of it, right? Your goal has probably just been, I'm going to try to make money trading. Have you ever thought that trading is a business? You have money coming in, money going out. You're having to make risk decisions every single time. Like, I run a restaurant. I want to add oysters to the menu because, well, I like oysters. Well, you just don't do that. Do your customers like oysters? Are you even a seafood restaurant? What's the market price of oysters? What's the markup you can get? What's the current sale price that you would sell them at? What's the margin on that? What's the shelf life of these things? How quickly you have to turn them around, right? You don't just say, oh, well, oysters on the menu. You gotta, like, as a business, I'm a businessman. I have so many businesses. Every single thing you do is a decision based on the risk, and there's all these parameters that go into it. So in trading, you have to do the same thing. Nobody ever really thinks about how I'm gonna manage an account because most of you may not be there yet. Most of you may be, I just wanna make some money trading. That's your literal goal. I want to make money trading. That's really when you ask most people, what's your goal? I want to make money trading. Nobody's like, I want to turn trading into a business. I want to make this much a month by putting this much in and have this much in reserve and take this stop loss. Nobody's at that level because you don't normally think about that till you get to that level and have your first 3 or 4 blowups and you go, shit, I put everything in the account and blew it up. I got to think of something different. And I came up with that strategy on my own a long time ago to do something different. As a working chemical engineer, that's what I did when I was right out of college. And I got laid off in the 2008 financial crisis. I started trading back then. But in the time, I was still like getting jobs for the first maybe 3 or 4 years of me trading. Working part-time, working contract, making some money. Okay, I got $100,000 in my name. Let me trade. Well, let me put 10K into the account because I still need the 100K to pay bills. I probably not get a job for the rest of this year. We in a recession. So then I'm like, okay, let's put like 10K into an account and let me trade that. And then I learned to just grow that and grow that and grow that. And I'm like, oh, I'm not touching my other bill money. That's fine. Ooh, I turned 10 to 20. Okay, let me take 10 out and I start over. And that 10K is, 4 months of bills at that point in my life, my 20s. So I'm like, okay, that's cool. So I actually created that sort of mentality out of necessity, out of being broke and unemployed, financial crisis. Engineers were a dime a dozen in 2008. And there's the degree right there behind the heart balloons. But there was no jobs, right? And so anyways, that sort of mentality of managing your account and managing your finances on top of trading is advanced, and that's what you want to be doing. Budgeting. Now, there's a next level to trading where you don't care about your money trading. You make so much money in life that your trading money is never bill money. It's never used for anything. It just fuels more projects. My trading money is never really spent on anything other than other things that make money. So for instance, like I've gotten so far in my trading career that it's not like, okay, I got the mortgage due. I got to make some money this week. None of this money that you see me making on screen is ever, it's not making car payments. It's not anything. It's going into a giant pot that's there that I'm now an angel investor. I'm now buying other things. I'm investing in, like I said, this year, I'm bringing a fitness brand to Houston that's not here. We're going to buy 3, maybe more studios. I'm opening an escape room. I'm building prop scoring website. I just hired 2 new streamers and a whole team of employees. Like, so for me, I'm using the level I'm at now to manage a bigger business. And so as you start getting better and better at trading becomes one of your income sources, and hopefully you have multiple. So the staging up, like me demonstrating, why would you take 100K to $1 million? Well, that's your 1K or 5K or 10K, whatever it is. It's what you're willing to trade with and what you're willing to lose, and how you would choose if you ever needed to choose to rapidly scale it. This is how you would do it. I wouldn't normally ever recommend rapidly scaling, but I have enough cushion that I don't care. It's mostly done for show, to show off. Everyone out there has got $1 million in Apex payout. That's baby play. Only babies sit in the kiddie pool. Like, this is real money account, big man account. And so, like, no shade to my friends who've done $1 million Apex account challenges and stuff. But this is a step above that. This is where we really want to be. You don't want to be sharing 80% of your money with them and paying the highest tax bracket with Uncle Sam and paying for resets and splits and all the stupid rules that come with it and all the blowups and the frustration. Sounds horrible, right? You want to put your own money in an account and freely trade it however you want. There's freedom, baby. I feel like I'm not even wearing underwear. I can feel the breeze on my balls. That's how much freedom it is. It's amazing. Like, and that's kind of where you want to be in life. You got the freedom. It feels so nice. You know what I mean? No, oysters are gross. I'll agree with you. I'm like one of the one people in the world that hates oysters. Like, I don't know what it is about the idea of eating an entire animal in one bite. For me, I guess I'm so weird and finicky when it comes to it. Like she eats balut, and I know Vietnamese people in here are like, oh my God, I love balut so much. You know what balut is, right? It's a like duck embryo that's gone from egg to like embryo. Like, you crack it open, there's like the little feet and the beak, and the yolk is still, I mean, it's like a mix of like half developed duck. And anyways, and there's a sauce or something. And dude, when we go to the house, they're all like, and like, and I'm like, mommy, like, I don't know what it is. I get so finicky when it comes to eating the whole thing. Oysters, the same thought. I know people say yum, and I've like gotten very, I keep wanting to try, and I've gotten very close, and I chicken out. I'm such a wuss, I know. But apparently, you know, Vietnamese people say it's the tastiest thing ever. It's like such a good, like it's like a street food snack. And like, anyways, comes to oysters, I'm like, when I look at it, I'm like, I can see all the different components of this animal's body. I can't do it. So I'm kind of that way. You know, I'm like, let me just eat a portion of your muscle and I'm good. You know what I'm saying? Like, I don't want to see like bones and beaks and organs and like, what is this component? What does this part of your body do? I don't even know. Is it a filter? Does this thing hold your piss? Is it a shit bag? I don't even know. Anyways, I don't eat oysters either. But no, they love balloon. They always go out of their way to get it, and they're always snacking on it. And I'm like, I guess as an acquired taste when you're a kid, you'll love it. And I guess, anyways. The good thing about oysters, you can't see much except for a blob. This is true. It's a mental block, I know, and I'm the biggest wuss in the world, I know. Yeah, guys that love oysters, exactly. Marshmallow Ice is correct. Like, guys say it to girls because it's like, it always seems to be like girls like oysters, and guys are like, yeah, I like oysters too. And then like they come to the table, and the guy's like, have as many as you want, and the guy's like, please don't make me eat one. You know what I mean? I've always been the same way. We always go places, and she loves it. I always order oysters, and I'm like, yeah, I'm like, have all you want. She's like, you want one? No, babe, more for you. Have as many as you want. Does a nightly host have the medals rocket suit levels? We can, and I'll tell Brad to start showing more variety on his show. That way he can kind of scroll through medals and things, you know, get the data feeds for it. Because we do have DD bands and all that stuff for gold and for silver. I mean, it's very important for the overnight. 100%. I agree. Chicken feet. Oh, dude, chicken feet. And I can say that I might be able to get into some chicken feet because it's just cartilage. I mean, I eat pork rinds, which is just skin. So, I mean, I get it. Like, cartilage just be like, just like a crunchy, just like a chip at that point, right? Brad, you know what I'm saying? Like at night, gold and silver are like super hot in the overnight. And so scrolling through multiple things can create content. Bash sent me a Discord message. Oh yeah, I gotta check it. I was checking my Discord messages last night, then I just got super tired and I didn't get a chance to finish it up. Hoffman's ex is Filipino, love balut, but not for you, not at all. And you're adventurous when it comes to food. It's like you look at it and you're like, oh, it's a baby duck, and then you think of like the little fluffy yellow duck that's like chirp 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 chirp, and you're like, I can't eat that. Oh, the little Easter ducklings. It's just like when you crack the egg, it's like in there like this. I mean, it's just like you see it all smash inside of it, and you're like, oh, I can't do it. So anywho, what the heck? YouTube cut my feed. Am I still here? Okay, I'm good. Pancit. I love pancit. I love Filipino food. Pancit is good. Okay. 2017. So when VIX futures for March contract are above 2017, you're gonna have a little bit of a choppy market, overshooting pivots. Don't trust upward moves. Don't trust upward momentum. The liquidity crisis, ladies and gentlemen, is still upon us, which is why we still continue to trade down. Last night, looks like we fell pretty hard, a little bit lower lows off of yesterday's sell. I was absolutely correct in my prediction yesterday, and that we would take a round trip play. It felt like it. It did not feel like the bull market was there. And with all the momentum that we've had gone from the market since October, it's hard to believe that a Microsoft, Nvidia, or Meta, Nvidia, whoever it was, partnership was enough to save the entire stock market. It was short-lived, and Nvidia was selling off all day anyways, so you kind of knew that it wasn't going to last, and that the futures market just kind of reset back to where it was. Remember yesterday's Nvidia, right? Was like up and then traded all the way back down, and is now trading lower. Remember, we are in full-blown liquidity crisis. Here's your Meta every single day. You go to GC, you go to Bitcoin. If gold and Bitcoin are both red, the S&P and Nasdaq are going to be red. It's a trend that's been forming because everybody in Wall Street is liquidating stocks because they are upside down in these two things. Gold, Bitcoin, the history is very simple, right? We just rallied through the roof, post-tariff, and everything went up. And slowly, Bitcoin started topping out as early as August and October. It started selling off mid-October. Gold started rallying in a parabolic fashion. here. Actually, I guess, actually no, August. Let me start over. August was when Bitcoin topped for the most part. August is when gold started rallying parabolic. And October is the second rally parabolic. During this time, Bitcoin started crashing. And at this time, gold collapsed. People got trapped here, and now they're stuck. And now they're upside down. And now they got to liquidate funds little by little with nothing left to invest. Now the liquidity is zapped from the market. And during that time, since October, in October, the indexes topped out and have been selling off as well. So we are in a full-blown liquidity crisis. You want to ask me what I think it's going to do, is I think we end up here and here and here. And we get down to about 23,000 over the course of now through March. We're above triple B now. Get ready for an entire month of shit in this market where we're shorting every high, which is going to be great with the occasional green fuck you day on the way down. And then we bottom out right about here. And then we push our way up to here in quarter three, sit there in quarter three, and we hang, and then we rally next year. Why do I think we're going to have a crash? It's very easy to see it. All of our data is looking like it. More like a 2024 August sort of crash, not like a bear market or anything. A quarter or two down. Number one, GDP is good. Number two, unemployment's not that bad. Number three, PCE is showing disinflation. Number four, Fed is still going to cut a rate this year, maybe once. Not probably once. Number five, all the earnings were great. So nothing looks bad in the economy. So fast forward a year from now, we're probably going to be okay. Unless there's some crazy sort of like large layoff spree or companies going bankrupt or something, we're probably going to be in a bind. But I think this is just a liquidity event. People are being squeezed and squeezed and squeezed. The majority of Wall Street's just holding through it, not really rapidly participating in this. As you see, we've had periods of low volume, and now we're kind of getting back to like normal volume inside of here, but this is sell-off volume. The average longing volume is not really that high. You can see that. Neon talks about that on his stream. He's watching price velocity, which is one of his indicators. He looks up to show liquidity, right? So anyways, I think that we're in for a little bit of weirdness for a while. Obviously, when VIX secures itself above triple B, you tell yourself all the way until the next month, we're probably going to be in a really weird situation, which is the next third Wednesday of the month, which is the 18th of March. So between now and then, we got some stuff going on. So a couple things. This Friday, we have the S&P Global PMI numbers, services composite, all that stuff. We got GDP coming out Friday. So Friday's a big news day. Coming up soon, we have ABGO earnings. I don't remember exactly which day it is, but that's, I think, next week. Hopefully I didn't miss the boat on that one. Oh, March the 3rd or 4th, whatever day this is. Wednesday. So 2 Wednesdays from now, ABGO. And then in the following, towards later part of the month, is NVIDIA. So we don't have any big major catalysts except for what's coming out in the news. And all the CPIs and PPIs and stuff that we had haven't been enough to give the market some momentum. The market itself is just sort of bleeding little by little. And I'm still taking the stance that we're going to bleed little by little. Today can open and just continue to drop. I feel like today is going to be a brutal, nasty day because gold, Bitcoin, and the index are already gapping down lower, trading lower in the Asia session and the European session. So we're in a bind right now. How are we thinking about scallops? I can eat scallops. The muscle, just the scallop. Nice seared scallop, fantastic. I'm a huge fan of scallops. 100%. Does anybody love eating snails? Miss is over here, dude. She loves snails. You have a question. What percentage of growth would you say is good for 1 month? For example, 50K account, you think it's 10% increase a month for good? 10% increase a month good? It's up to you really to decide what you consider good. For me, in futures, in options and futures, you can... See what I'm saying? Stream is buffering. It's YouTube, it's not me. YouTube is buffering, not me. YouTube's having issues again. It's not on my end. My stream is doing fine. YouTube is cutting out. Now, YouTube was down last week, so maybe they're having issues again. Yeah, anyways, she likes snails a lot. I don't like snails. But if you're saying is 10% growth good for a month, in futures and options is extremely doable. 10% can be a single trade sometimes. So that's not abnormal if you split up your 10%, 0.5% a day, or 1% a day gives you, 50% win rate or whatever, you can get about 10%. So that's not unrealistic at all. And in futures, that's a pretty good target. It's moderate. You know, you're up or down 10% in a month. That's perfect for futures. I would say that's the sweet spot. It's not too big that you're freaking out, and it's not too big that you're freaking out, right, when you lose, and it's not too small that you're bored with your money. Like, this is going nowhere. It's the perfect place to learn, to take some risk, to kind of get your feet wet and not really lose everything in a single month. We back, baby. All right. How many people here? It's your first week or first day in the stream. I'd like to hear you. Say, hey, it's my first week. It's my first day. I've never seen this before. Heard you doing $1 million challenge. The only person on YouTube to live stream making $1 million bucks. I'd like to see it. How's it going to work out? What are you going to do with the $1 million bucks once you make it? I don't know what I'm going to do. I think I'm going to take out half and leave half in there and take 500 to 10 million. That's somebody told me to do. I don't know. First week, David, what's up? First week, Kareem, what's up? First week, Jesus. Excellent. First week. Marmoro, shut up. You're not your first week. Yawn, Roxy or Virgin. Never seen you before, Yawn. We've never crossed paths. Ever. Just clicked on an interesting thumbnail. Yes! The thumbnail doing its job. I love it. Okay, let's start off the day today. Today's gonna be a really light news day. There's nothing really big going on down the road. Let me teach you about when we talk about a contango midpoint, which is the VIX number. VIX is above this triple B level. What you're gonna see is that you're going to be overshooting pivots. I'm gonna be very cautious on the long side. I have to build long trades around the pivot. And I have uneven volume distribution. Once we get inside of the month, VIX is below that key level, 20.17, then we're gonna have nice, cleaner, easier pivots. It's not like yesterday where we're gonna hit the bull market and it's gonna pop up. Today, the market's gonna chop all over the place. What I usually do in these kind of markets is just wait. Wait for the market to flush up, hit a strong pivot, trade it back down. I'm gonna do that all day. I'm gonna trade around my pivots in this environment here. Basically not just put all my eggs in one basket at one level. I'm gonna put my eggs around the level and build my position that way. Ooh, that's good. Y'all haven't seen me some green juice lately. Hold on, I'll be right back. Forgot to take my medicine today. Hold on. Y'all ready? Y'all ready for a good trading day? I'm already up this morning, 17,000 in the challenge account. I am up 10K with take profit. So I'll let you guys know. I went live with take profit, I guess, because they liquidated my account in mid trade because I made 10,000. I heard that if you make 10,000 single trade, they cut you off and you go live. So it only took me like 3 weeks to go live with take profit. It's kind of nice. Unlike most people out there who do a lot of prop trading and blow up accounts, it only took me it took me 5 accounts with take profit. My very first 5 to pay out. I got to pay out immediately. My first 5 accounts. And then there's been some ups and downs. It only took me like 15 accounts to go. I think it was like 15 or something to go live. So it didn't take long at all. All the accounts are on one page. You know, people talk about their failed accounts or failed challenges. Mine are all on one page, which is crazy. Imagine going to live in your first 3 weeks and barely spending any money. What trade did I take last night? Very good, very good. And everyone in Roxy could probably tell you which trade I took. but I shorted MHP dynamic. So when market opened, we flew right up to MHP, MHP, MHP. I shorted with 27 contracts and closed right here. That's it. That's the trade, got out of the way. And then I was actually at the gym. It's funny, I went to the gym. Neon called me, so I took a break in the gym, went out to talk to him. And he's like, no, bro, call me back. I'll call you. Call me after the gym. And then I sat there and then I was looking at my phone. I'm like, oh, let me take my profits. So close everything out. Got home from the gym like right about here. And then I came upstairs and I closed this out, and that would already been liquidated at some point. So I hit it pretty hard. So these are funded next, funded legacy 100K accounts. These are take profit 150K, and some of them are 50. Like 2 of them are 50 and 3 of them are 150. And so this 150K account with take profit just went live, apparently, because they cut me off. That's that. But essentially just I shorted from MHP to gap fill. That's a normal trade I would have taken. It's a pretty simple setup. And so today, guys, we were opening below MHP. Be looking for lower DD band to interact with. We're going to see if we come in the bear zone in monthly maps. That's one thing to look at. Keep in mind, DD ratio was at about 80-90 yesterday before the sell-off. If it's less than 50 again, we'll be hitting tops of pockets and continuing to sell. What I think that liquidity crisis is still here, I'm not going to tell you guys. I'm be very careful today. I think that today is like that. And I don't know if you guys think that, but the VIX is alarming to me. And I almost want to like take some risk right here at the open and just take the bet that we open and fall. And maybe I'll take that risk in one of my lower risk, one of my accounts that has some money to play with. At the time this went live, I just let me see if let me double check this. I'm really bad about posts. I know like out there in the world, there's a lot of like, everybody likes in the prop space likes to brag about their payouts on social media. I'm one of the weirdest people in the world when it comes to like prop payouts. I tend to not brag. I tend to forget to brag about it. Like when I took $120,000 from Funded Next, I didn't even post about it on Twitter. I think a lot of people get used to like their gurus out there love to just show, look at my prop payout. I forget to tell you guys. So like I just took over the last 2 weeks, I took like maybe 30K or something from Funded Next. Yesterday I took out like 18K from Take Profits. So I mean, I'm just crunching money out of the props. I forget to mention it, but I requested payout last night for all my other accounts. But yeah, so I forget to like tell you guys that I take payouts, but I took a payout last night. And let me do this one. All right. You're ready to roll, baby. Bum, 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 bum. Wow, 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 wow. Okay. Heading out the door, we're going to open with a sizable gap down. 957, 854. It's 100 points of gap down, so be very careful. If at minimum we fill the gap, we're coming back down. So today's path, it's either to there and down, or it's down. I think we're down. I think we're interacting with the band, and at lower DD band, because VIX above triple B, it's going to chop like this. And be very careful grabbing along at that lower band. And maybe just for funsies. I just want to plug at it. Oh, I'm scared too. Have I tried Rise Mushroom Coffee? No, but I see it all over like my Instagram and stuff, dude. Everyone, like the guy, this story is stuck in my head. The marketing is so fucking good. He's like, you know, I used to get the jitters. I used to drink coffee, but now I drink this and my mind is clear. Good marketing on it, but I've never tried it. It's got like lion's mane and like a lot of other stuff that's good for like mental health and clarity and things. Never tried it, but it looks good. I've seen the mushroom coffee for a while. Or maybe I'm thinking of the dirt guy, one that calls it the dirt. Now I'm confusing the marketing, but it's the same thing. Like, so which prop am I trading on screen? This is Take Profit, these 5. This is Funded Next. Funded Next, 100Ks. There's 350K Take Profits, 250K Take Profits, and this is a live account with real money. I don't want to be long at the open so bad. So no news today. It's gonna be kind of like a relatively light day today with as far as news goes. We're gonna let the market just carry itself lower. We've had all the job data came out this morning, like always. Nothing alarming there. Trade balance came out for December. Nothing alarming there. 10 billion off. Maybe. I don't think that's going to affect the stock market. Should be good. Be careful president doesn't come through. He's been relatively quiet for a while. Several participants commented that further rate cuts would likely be appropriate if inflation were to decline in line with their expectations. So Fed was kind of like hinting that, or, you know, some participants, no, think about this, several. The Fed is a distribution of people's opinions. Some people think we need rate cuts, some people think we don't. So several people commented that further rate cuts would be appropriate if inflation were to decline. We've been seeing that, like, you know, a third of the Fed is voting for like 3 rate cuts this year, but the majority is not. So the comments like that are misleading because it makes you think everybody's thinking that. We don't have a majority vote. The majority of people think 1 cut or less. There's a third of the people who think 0. So several participants commented that further rate cuts would be appropriate. That's been consistent. We've had a lot of people that are extremely like aggressive with wanting to cut rates, but it's not the majority, so it's not going to happen. Trump's busy with the Epstein stuff. He's been really quiet the last 2 weeks, almost scary. Right? I kind of want to be short at the open, but I'm going to let it fill I'm going to be smart with the short. I'm going to let it maybe fill the close. If ARB is negative, I'm in. If Res is negative, I'm in. Let me give it like a minute or 2 to stabilize. Okay, actually, no, I'm going to jump in with one contract. That's it. One contract, baby. Is ARB negative? Is Res negative? Negative 70? Okay, that's kind of good. One contract. All right, let's see if we keep going. ARB is negative, Res negative. Let's see if we popped a half gap. Okay, so today, yep, up and drop. Let's see if we get as far as maps go, though. Okay. Negative 90 resilience. Holy fuck. Let's see what it actually turns out to be. Hold on. 7 if it's half. Okay, good. So obviously I'd like to see this. Let's get that. Let's get it. I just threw one contract at it to gamble on the downside, move to the downside. Ooh, 92? What? No way. 90, negative 90. All right, half gap and bleed. Half gap and bleed. Let's go. I'm going to pop it short at half gap. Come on, give it to me. Negative 50. Oh, God. All right, so I'm probably going to... I put 3 on it, but here to there, that's probably what we're going to get. All the way down DD band, I think that's the play. Okay, I'm going to take it light, little by little. Okay, resiliences are negative. We're at half gap S&P. We are going down today, baby. Downtown. Let's go all the way down to the ground. No maps. Nothing yet. Yeah, nothing yet. Wait for that. Hold on. What's going on here? Let me double check that we have SPY, maybe? Where's the maps? Hold on, my team is here. Let me ask them to check. Guys, smash the like button while you're here waiting. Raz just went positive. Okay. My team is looking into it, seeing what happened with the data. So we're going to probably restart the server, see if it comes through. Pause for a minute. So just take any, we don't have maps right now. So let's just trade the futures that we have. Negative resilience, half gap resistance, DD band. That's it. That's the play. If it goes positive, then S&P goes up before down, which is fine. I'll hit it hard, but I just have 3 contracts keeping it light. I got the team looking at it to run the server, see what's going on. CME data is having issues. It's not CME data. Our data comes from options, so it's on our end. So my team is looking into it. All right, we're going down. Bucket. I'll hit it with 5. I'll risk a lot, like losing some of this. 5 here, and I'll hit it with 50 at the top. It's fighting, so something's fighting over here. Yeah, but like the thing is that only with 5. So I'll be willing to take the drawdown. It is 100 something points, so we'll see. As resilience is chopping around a lot. It keeps going up and down really quickly. So this is what I'm looking for right here. Now I don't have maps, so my team is looking into it. You know, zeros for index. Okay. All right, so it looks like our data provider or our servers are down. Or not our server, but our calculation server is down. We're calling them right now to double check. Annoying. So our side is fine. We are trading without maps right now. Let me let everybody know. Hold on. Fuck it. Let's just ride on resilience, baby. Resilience all the way down to the ground. Let's let it go. Let her drip. Let her droop. This negative resilience does show that there's resistance, resistance, resistance. So essentially, I'm going to short 50 here. I'm gonna be short 20 there, and I'll be short 5 here. That's it. So I'm going to do 5, 15 more, 30 more. And just let it go all the way down to the bottom. Okay, let's go. Drippy drop. Let it fall. Let her rip. I went live with Take Profit yesterday by making 10,001 account, which is fantastic. Let's let her rip. So $20,000 profits a day, up to $410,000 in the $1 million challenge here, which is good. Negative resilience is just to trade down the DDB. I'm gonna hold it all the way down to the bottom. Liquidity crisis full effect. I don't even need liquidity maps, baby. What if DD is positive? Well, if the DD is positive, then it's likely to bounce at this green line. But let's just take the money, man. Easy peasy. Easy breezy. Ooh, 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 ooh. I'm up another $12,000 right now. No, I'm sorry, $16,000 right now. I'll keep going. Let her fall. Let her fall. And I'm not even big. This is 5 contracts. Let her fall. Let her fall. All the way down, baby. All the way down. Go further. Go further. So right now, it's probably it's gonna try to interact with this. That's what we're gonna get today. And it's gonna chop around here, I think. Proud of me for shorting. You guys don't see that happen too much. Now let's just see how well it plays out. Like, I'm not taking profit on this just yet. I mean, I'm chopping like 50 points while we're sitting here talking. Oh yeah, market's toast today. I got my team looking into the downward. Our options provider has returned all 0 data. So full transparency. So we have our stuff. We have our servers. We have a calculation server, which is separate. So our servers are fine. The calculation is fine. The data that's coming in from the data provider is all 0. We're getting timed out requesting our options data. They're checking right now. Excellent. Thank you very much. Oh, my team is so awesome, you guys. So we got so quick at diagnosing our stuff. There's just layers to it. And if one piece goes down, we're kind of screwed. But hey, we don't need everything. We got resilience. We're good. We got Arb. We're good. We got DD. We're good, baby. We're good. We're good. We're good. All right. Who's your data provider? So our options data. It's so that's actually proprietary. Who mixes our options data? When I say mix, like who up? Who does our roll up? It's somebody you've never heard of though. But it's a proprietary, roll up package that we have it meets our needs. And I don't like to tell people who it is because the competitors will, get a hint as to like where in Wall Street they can get the goods. But it's an institutional level data supplier that supplies data to companies like Thinkorswim and stuff. We get it's a roll-up company. So Opera is the publisher of the real data, like the real-time data. A roll-up company takes the real-time data and then packages it for consumption. You can't physically process the real-time options flow data in real time. It's a massive mountain of data. It's volumes of it's warehouses of volumes of dictionaries of data all at once. So like a roll-up company like makes the data usable on like say a trading platform. They basically they'll like interpolate. They take snapshots of the real data and then interpolate with AI and stuff. It's pretty neat how it works. But essentially, it like takes a data stream. It's just like how I know frame generation works on a graphics card. You're doing a little bit extra, smoothing it out and giving you a little bit more for less power, sort of thing. Can you tell the unmarked lines what they are? Yeah, so this is monthly hedge pressure dynamic. So this is a MHP and this is MHP. This is just resistance pressure. And when you open below MHP, you actually close below MHP. So let me give you guys the stats on it. We have actually on our boot camp, when you go here, you're going to see in our boot camp, we have a lot of data. And in the boot camp, some of our members have done statistics and given you the backtest probabilities of some of these. So MHP, right? This orange line that you see on the screen. Let me just kind of clean some of the, let me actually leave that there. On the screen. So when you open below the orange line, 53% of days stay below the orange line without touching it. 20% of days touch it or overshoot it slightly and then close below. And 27% of days will close above. This is without confluence. Now we have some confluence indicators down here that currently aren't firing off because our stuff is down. But when there is confluence, it's a little bit better. Without confluence, you have 27% chance of break and 63% chance of staying below. So 63% of days will stay below. That's why I shorted there last night. Made like, 38 grand or whatever. Today, if we did have the confluence, it becomes closer to 90% and 10% chance you break. The orange line is just a rock solid resistance that doesn't break that easily. So we have backtest probabilities to go with it. Monthly hedge pressure is the monthly gamma exposure maximum dealer sold options. So it's a gamma flip spot. We're kind of the pioneers of the gamma exposure retail explosion. Everybody right now talks about gamma exposure. People don't realize we're one of the early pioneers of it. Like we created a lot of what people talk about. And so gamma flip was a term that is used to demonstrate where hedging flips to a pressure that's more longing than shorting and more shorting than longing, the acceleration of delta hedging. Below here, you just get like this wind of shorting pressure. Above here, the wind blows up. It's like fans blowing in both directions. There's a fan blowing up and a fan blowing down. And so it creates this sort of like push away from it from both directions. And so being monthly options only, monthly options represent the big bulk of institutional holding and institutional insurance. So the reason monthly is important is because it's your greater market. Is your market just being hedged, bearish, or bullish? You can see right now that you can see how when it hits it, it's like blown down, hits it, blown down, hits it, blown down, and hits it, finally breaks with some volume and creates an effect. And then once it sells off below here, it continues to blow down. You can see that it's just a really strong high volume pivot to take into consideration. Our resilience number has gotten worse while this has gotten better and arbitrage is negative. This is a bull trap. If we pop up inside of here, like I said, I'm just holding 5 to the bottom. I'd like to get 20 and 50 from a bigger spot. So market's trying to move up, but resilience is saying no way. This is kind of maybe a little bit of a fake out, but I'm surprised that we're not actually selling harder. But it is volatile, so let the market be volatile, right? I'm probably going to go upside down for a minute on this one. It'd be nice to see it just fall straight down, but I don't know if that's going to happen. But S&P hitting this, probably turn around. Like I said, I wanted to do... Let me draw this a little bit better here. I think I'm better drawing on this one. Now, we don't have our liquidity maps, which is kind of like the worst thing about today. Kind of sucks not having it. But here, I want to hit this freaking hard. 50, 20, and 5. I think we're doing that, something like that today. Trump is live, maybe. Resilience is fighting, so some of the stocks are trying to move, but I mean, we'll see what happens. I'm still not in the boat that we are actually going bullish, but with rest flipping positive, we could actually get the squeeze up the top. So wah, 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 wah. But you know me, I'm too smart for this. Do me a favor, friends, hit that like button if you can. We'll do some giveaways going on. We'll stretch them out throughout the show. So we do basically like more prop giveaways here than pretty much any other YouTube stream. We're always doing giveaways. We get so many accounts to give away. You guys being here every day, we'd like to bless you with the blessings from our partners. So hit the like button because the more you like the stream, the more giveaway we get. All right, we got bad data. So this confirmation, we got bad data from our data provider. They sent all zeros for open interest. That's what crashed everything. So our data provider has provided us no open interest, which is great. That's interesting. So we're restarting the process just to see if something locked up on our end. If not, we'll be on the horn with our data provider to yell and scream at them. Wait, you heard who got liquidated? Shannon, who's that? Whatever happened to Michael Saylor's Bitcoin position? Remember that guy was like the Bitcoin god for a minute? Is he like, did he like disappear from the face of the earth? Or is like, you know, he's still like out there? Oh, I'm still buying more Bitcoin. Like what's his, is he still in it? All right, I feel like we're invalidating this position from here. I kind of want to lock in. I don't feel the sell off from now. Pop before we drop. All right, resilience is starting to fight a little bit. I think it'd be smart for me to take the profit. Or should I hold? I don't know, it's still somewhat negative, but I don't have all my data to go with it, right? Let me just be smart and lock in the 4K. Let me lock it and chill for a minute. Let me let it pop and drop. Let me hit it from higher. Resilience is not as negative as it needs to be. Let me take profit for a minute. If I miss out, I miss out. I don't care. I locked in the profit. Yeah, take the money and run. It's not dropping. And it very much could, but I want to see the rest of my data. Dang it. Let me short from higher. See if I can get it better. If I leave it on the table, I leave it on the table. But this is proven to be there could be a liquidity pocket here. That's what's worrying me. Resilience is flip-flopping. Let's see what stock it actually is on the events feed. Oh yeah, we don't have the events feed. Duh. Okay, well that sucks. Give us a minute for everything to pop. They're looking into it now, so I got my fingers crossed just to see if everything turns around. Your data is up? Nah. Nah, your data's not up. Sailor is secretly buying XRP. Oh, that's funny. I'm gonna short it from higher though. 100% gonna short from higher. I think taking the money was smart. Oh wait, did I see your super chat? No, buddy, let me check it real quick. My bad. Hey, Lafro. Sorry, dude, I'm so sorry I missed that. I was in the middle of dealing with a lot. Will Rock Scooter on NinjaTrader work with props? Yes, it will. Once we go live on NinjaTrader. So Rock Scooter right now is currently working to get our tools inside of NinjaTrader and Go Charting for now. I have a friend of mine that just put me in connection with Wealth Chart CEO. And so Wealth Charts will be the next place. So we're trying to connect very rapidly to get Rock Scooter tools pretty much everywhere. Does anybody here use Wealth Charts? First ever heard of them. They look fantastic. He said he'll just refinance. Bitcoin goes to 0. All right, I'm gonna go put $1 million limit order to buy Bitcoin at 1 penny. I'll be the last buyer if there was one. I'll buy that shit for a penny. I should work with Sierra Chart. Okay. So the goal is like little by little just to have Rocket Scooter pumped into every major platform because we're server based. So we have to API into each platform our data. And so it's taken a little bit, but our first two that we're working on is Go Charting and NinjaTrader. And so when you're live in NinjaTrader, you'll be able to trade your props while using Rocket Scooter, which is good. What about TradingView? TradingView doesn't accept data from outside sources via API, as far as I know. You basically, the way that this works, you have to call these companies and be like, hey, we're Rocket Scooter. We have 100,000 active user accounts and we're huge and we want our customers to use our product and your service. Check us out. You don't get that phone call. They don't call you back unless you're big or big enough. So, we're on the horn with NinjaTrader and we're like, hey, we need your tech team to build an API for us to pump our stuff in, sort of thing. They don't just take a call from like a Discord owner trading guru that's like, I got an indicator. Can I put it in your platform? They're like, sure, guru, we'll put your indicator on our platform. You got to be doing like millions of dollars of revenue for them to see the dollar signs for it. So it's very hard. It took us this long and getting this big to be able to entertain those phone calls finally after all this time. When we were smaller, it's like a growing technology company, we'd throw the fishing line out there and nobody would really, maybe like nobody would write back. Like, hey, we explore putting our tools inside your platform. This is how big we are. This is what we bring to the table. We have some co-marketing opportunities, blah, blah, blah. And we'd get shrugged off. But now when I send an email, they're like, oh, Mr. Cowart, we're so happy to hear from you. Yeah. Let's get the tech team on the phone. Let's do it. So I think this year has been good for us, like financially, as far as a company goes. When I call, they're like, yeah, we're so glad to hear from you. And I'm like, oh, okay, cool. So now I'm actually being entertained with these kind of conversations with these tech companies, which is making us, it's very good for you guys because you can actually have more variety in your application. Obviously, Rocket Scooter platform, you can't trade props in it because, the Ninja API, we haven't built into that. For the longest time, they had the doors closed. So because of that, I haven't been able to, and I don't want to build further into the platform to build these platform features. I'd rather just put our stuff in everyone else's platform. That way, whatever you guys comfortably use, we're just going to be there. That makes more sense as a company. TradingView does take data via API. If they do that now, then that's the next step we need to explore. It's cool that like the last couple of years, it seems like my first exploration was you couldn't do that with TradingView. So if they've actually changed, that's possible. I'm going to research and add that to the list. Our goal right now is to be in every major platform. I mean, we're making phone calls to Schwab. Like we're calling everybody. Trust me on that. And so we're trying to see anybody that can make it possible. You'll DM me, Maddie. Oh, thank you, bro. I really appreciate it. Yeah, we scratched TradingView off the list because we tried this a couple years ago. And then if it's available now, and they can take, we can open a WebSocket and send API data or even do REST. For liquidity maps, you really just need a REST call. If we can do that, that'd be great. TradingView UI UX is definitely the best. Have you guys seen Go Charting? It's almost exactly the same, and it's really nice. And Go Charting is compatible with Rhythmic, which TradingView isn't. It's like Rhythmic Plus. I mean, it's like a TradingView Plus. So Go Charting is going to be just like TradingView. They have an app. You can connect every broker. You can connect Ninja, Rhythmic. It's actually really, really, really cool. And so they're eager to break into the market. They haven't broken the US market yet. They're huge in India. It's like the TradingView of India, but it's just as good. It's got a marketplace and its own scripting language and all that stuff. TradingView allows updates through API only 4 to 5 times a day. Perfect, because we only need it 1 time a day. In the mornings. We won't be able to send resilience. Well, hold on. We can build resilience in PineScript. And arbitrage in PineScript. Wait, hold on. If you can only update the API 5 times a day, we'll need the market cap data, the active shares data. Okay, we can update the active shares data once a day. That's one API update for resilience and ARB. Basically, how many active traded shares are, because share sums price equals market cap. So we can calculate real-time market cap with an assumption once a day of what the locked-in shares are, which doesn't change throughout the day. So we can build ARB and resilience via PineScript because we won't be able to open a WebSocket. We can send API, REST call, liquidity maps right out the door. And we can calculate DD locally because it's just looking at where stocks are relative to the maps. If we can only send 5 updates a day from an API, we can build the whole suite. There's a limit of stocks which you can read. Is that it? We can't just send like a page of data and then interpret it on the platform? Look, we can be clever. We can just send data. If it accepts data, we can send data whether it's tied to a stock or not. We can just send a bunch of data, and then locally extract that data and use PineScript to manipulate that data and cache it somehow. I don't know. But they said you can only do... IceWild is saying you can only do a limited number of stocks that you can read from the API. Yeah, I don't know. We'll figure it out. Glad I closed out. When I closed out, let's hit the top. Positive resilience. They're going to take us all the way to the top. I don't know if I want to hit it from half gap at 36 res though. So let me just kind of like erase that. I'm so glad I took the profit when I did. I'm happy camper. I'm gonna short it from the top though at S&P right over here. There she is. But negative resilience, again, it's not really the best. Okay, we're pulling the data at 9:55. Thank you very much. Thanks. We should be getting another data pull. Give us about 3 or 4 minutes. We got on the phone. We went all the way up the ladder to the data providers. The data providers choked out this morning. And essentially everything on our end, our servers end, our calculation servers end, all that stuff was working fine. The data providers sent us a bunch of zeros. Those bastards. Yeah, I'm excited to talk to the CEO. I have a meeting with the CEO of Wealth Charts. Tentative. We're like, let's schedule a meeting. So one of my really good friends in the trading space is putting his stuff into Wealth Charts right now. I tell you it is, but I don't know if it's proprietary or not. But that's like a big thing that he's doing. And he's like, bro, you got to get into Wealth Charts. He's like, that's the next big thing. He's like, I know the guy. I'll meet you with him. I'll get you. And he's like, he wants people like me. He's like, your technology. He's like, you know, I'm huge on socials. Your technology is one of the biggest out there. He's like, dude, these people, they love to have both of us in there. And all right, kind of fun. So I'm excited to make that connection and see where it goes. All right. 49 resilience might actually go all the way up to the fill. I'm not going to short it from here. Not yet, not yet, not yet. We're going to let it fill the gap all the way. So I've got a meeting with My Funded Futures over this big event we're hosting. So we're actually hosting, you guys know Ash Trades, right? So Ash from My Funded Futures. Ash and myself are creating a whole new thing for the trading space. And we're endorsed by My Funded Futures to host this. Think tournament, but think bigger than tournament. We're creating the biggest trading event of the year, sponsored by My Funded Futures. There's going to be tons and tons and tons of prizes. It's going to be huge. Remember how Tradeify had its Grand Cup and it was huge? We hope this is going to be bigger, like mountains bigger. It's going to be an event, a perpetual event. It's going to be something that's going to be just massively cool. And so we're rushing to get this done. Hopefully by April, there's going to be a huge event. Everybody's welcome to participate. Think like competition, think like tournament, it's something like that. And the Mortal Kombat of trading, yeah. Think like esports league, and we'll just leave it at that. Give you guys a little teaser there. Just think esports league. Think the esports of trading. Major League Trading. We designed and built the whole thing, Ash and I did. And we got endorsed by My Funded Futures. It's a go. So we've got support. We got financial support backing it. So can't tell you anymore. There's some copycats out there gonna try to beat us to the gun, but just keep your radars on. How do I want to try to take it now? Resilience is too positive to short from here. Too positive to short from here, but it does look like it wants to come down. Let me take the bet on the next green candle that pops. Darb is still flat. Okay, no data yet when we did our pull. They're still pulling again. And this kind of sucks. Like I said, you know, you have the perfect technology and then there's all these pieces to it, somebody drops the ball. But it's great because like our uptime is really good. We're up most of the time. Our data providers sometimes they just get their own shit happens. So all charts have a free version. I don't know much about it yet. I need to research it. Why no long with positive res? The current environment is bearish. I'm very scared to long this market. The current environment is this liquidity crisis. And so my greater thesis that I have, at least this data is protecting me, is that when gold is red and Bitcoin is red, I'm usually scared to be long the market. Now, both of them have started rallying since the market is open, which means our market may clean itself up a little bit. I'm still in the mode of I'm scared to take longs here without really solid support from my liquidity maps, which we don't have right today. So without the maps, I don't really know the strength of the long. Resilience is telling me the strength of the gap fill, which is why I have closed out my position in profit, which is good. I don't know if I want to do 50 anymore because that was in case we went straight up at the open, then I'd short it hard. Here, I'll probably short it with 5 or 10 again at the same capacity. I just don't have my confluence indicator to tell me how strong I should short it. And DD and resilience is also bullish enough that it's not really the best. It's not really the best short either. It's like yesterday. I'm just gonna have to like put in a medium position or small position kind of bet that resilience deteriorates. We get back down to here. My confidence is much lower now that this indicator is above 0. My confidence in the short is much lower. Plus gold and Bitcoin are both rallying pretty heavily today. Gold is back to the weird 50-25 level, which leads me to believe we might break it and keep going. I don't know. That was yesterday's resistance and we've hit it now a 3rd time in a row. Is gold reaching for a breakout today? So I'm gonna be, like I said, I'm a little nervous to short this now. Conditions are changing across the board. Things are becoming more positive. So this little inflection point right here, now that we're above 0, is a little bit less resistance, right? This is now all flagged as support. So the question is, if I got a short, it's from here. Because we're above triple B, I might let it overshoot and then make its way back down. And then bet that we get this. However, the short is short-lived. If this is greater than 0, then all I get is, you know, something in here. I don't get this anymore. So question becomes, am I just happy with what I made? No reason to give it back. You see Vidius on your screen? Is that the new firm? Yeah, Vidius is a firm. They're from the UK. We've been chatting with them a little bit. Vidius is pretty good. Okay, is this the play I want? Oh boy. 16, oh man. I don't know, man. Talking myself out of it. I don't have the pockets, the maps. I traded with 2. What's the worst that's gonna happen at 2? Nothing. Nothing. And Q rate short again? Nah, I don't know. The confluence is really bad for a short, so I'm trading very small. 69 on resilience is huge. This is huge and bullish. This is very bullish, just like yesterday. I'm having to short off the greater market, off my belief that we don't break through. And here's the thing: like if we break through here, then it rallies and we're good. And I'm just gonna get out. Just one and done on this. I don't know. What's my confidence level in this? Not much at all. As a matter of fact, I think I'm probably going to lose this trade. With positive resilience, you're going to support inside of here. If I get like, but again, this is 60 points. If I get 60 points, I'll take it. Let me zoom on an S&P, make it a little bit better here. I'm missing data. I don't got my full confluence. So I'm going to trade it light. You know what I'm saying? If I had more confluence, I would hit it hard. God, as bad as I want to like pop fucking 50 contracts on this thing. I don't have that much data to support that. Give me one more green and I'll go to 10. Did I still chat with Ashton? Ashton and we haven't actually chatted for a while. We're very close. Ashton's one of my buddies. But he's just got so busy. They started like their own like trade room and stuff. Him and some other people partnered up. And it's my fault. I need to reach out and just check up on him. Yeah, Ashton's good peeps. I love that guy. He's cool. He's a very rock solid options educator. He knows so much. He taught me a lot about trading options. I knew a lot about options mechanically, but trading options came. Negative ARB, looking great. That's kind of what I want to see. But I've been so busy. I've just like fallen out of touch with like a lot of this. You know, I've just been such a busy person. Okay. Our data providers are investigating on our end that we have an update. We're restarting our pool servers just to double check. Our options providers are sending us 0 for open interest. So we got them looking into it. So wish us luck on that. All right. Maybe I get something bigger. 2 contracts. I'm so scared to pop it with like a 50. You know what I'm saying? Like scared. Apple is falling pretty heavily based on that news in West Virginia. I can't repeat what you wrote because of the algorithm will flag me for using those words. But lawsuit over iCloud's role in something really horrible. There's a lawsuit against Apple. So you said Apple's falling pretty hard. What the hell is going on with Apple? Let's look at the bigger chart on Apple. I think this moseys back down to here, and if resilience is positive, I'll close out at the open. I won't hold for the bigger fall. And I'm gonna be such a wussy today. All right. Sucks. Sorry that our data's out a little bit. You know, it's kind of hard, but we're in the box, so we got plenty of data to play with, enough to trade with at least. Don't forget to sub to the channel, you guys. Do me a favor, sub to the channel. We're one of the biggest YouTube channels out there, biggest trading communities out there. Quick question: been using your code all month? Does the activation cost for Apex count towards a $1,000 goal? Yes, it does. So if you use a Rocket Scooter code with major props out there and you've spent $1,000 in that month, at the end of the month, there's a drawing for all those people, and you can get up to, we do up to 3, depends, lifetime memberships for our platform, which is the $4,000. You buy the platform outright, all the software outright, all the Discord, all the training, everything is free for life for you. So we give away 1 to 3 of those every month. If you spend $1,000, it's based on how many people enter. Any prop firm out there total, you can combine 500 here, 600 there, 1,000 total spent, then you enter into that drawing. So last day of the month, during giveaway bonanza. Oh. You're worried this trend will take off with what we got from last Thursday? I'm still a believer in the greater market. This shit's bleeding out, you know? I keep telling myself, if good GDP didn't rally the market, good CPI didn't rally the market, good PPI didn't rally the market, good jobs data and non-farms didn't rally the market, if great earnings didn't rally the market, even yesterday, good news with Nvidia didn't rally the market. What's left in this environment? What's left to rally the market? What's going to make people finally decide or give people the ability to have money to spend? That's my thought, right? So with half cap being support here, I probably should liquidate with profit and not be such a wuss. It's going to try to support here. Or man, sorry, not be such an aggressive trader. I should be a wuss. Now, a good big fat red candle can come out of nowhere, maybe. But this is supporting here. There is no evidence that we're selling off. Resilience is not deteriorating and dying like I want it to. Should I just hang on to it? I mean, I'm only in 2 contracts, so the worst that can happen is I just go flat. All right, I'll take the profit. I'll be a wimp. I'm still gonna hang on to it in some of my prop accounts though. The glory trades will be in props. Hello? Yeah, I did. Why do you want something different? We have to order $8 more and add it to the order. Guys, what can we order for $8 from Amazon?
But
oh, my cologne stand.
yeah, I didn't know like what style you
Black.
okay, and then cologne is really
I want black and shiny. It's cologne, it's luxury. I want black and shiny. But like a big one. I want like 3 or 4 or 5 tiers because I got so much cologne. But you know what I'm talking about? Like maybe acrylic, like black plastic.
okay. Actually,
Or-
you want a black wood.
Or wood would be nice too, but I'm thinking just like something that's maybe black with gold trim. Ooh, that's actually kind of nice.
Yeah, don't do gold trim.
Because it's plastic.
Yeah, I would
Alright.
stick to black.
I want it big though. Like I don't want a small one. I want, you know, like when you go to like Neiman Marcus, they have a big one. And it needs to, I want it to stretch out the space because I've got like 40 bottles of cologne. What do you think?
Well, you could buy these tiers like that and put it next to each other. Like buy 2 of these.
Okay.
Make it longer.
I'll let you be my designer of that. So guys, I closed out on this account, but I am short still in some of the props that I got going on over here. I don't got the evidence it's gonna sell from here. Even though I probably should still hang on to it, my glory is gonna be in the props today. I'm still okay. I made 22,000 in the challenge account. Can't really cry over that, I guess. Yeah, no, we're all, our data's down, so we're all sitting here.
You know, like two
That-
of them next.
Yes, but not that one though.
Yeah, you want shiny acrylic.
I don't want something that looks like bleachers at a soccer stadium.
You want like a whole piece.
I want it to look like luxurious, like at a department store. Wait, hold on.
Give me an example.
XUR. Luxury cologne stand. It needs to be like thick. Daddy want it thick. Hold on. Look. Daddy likes it thick. You know what I'm saying?
Ah,
Hold on. Hold on. Like these all look cheap and small. They're like 4x4s. I want something like... This is giving me like Temu stuff. Thick, baby, thick. Nah, like... You guys know what I'm looking for.
no.
I'm looking. Hold on.
Tell us what you're looking for.
If I type in, I'm looking for thick wood, I don't think what's going to pop up in the search results are going to be... I don't think that'd be a wise thing to search for. You know, I want some thick wood, guys. I want it girthy. Acrylic. Like acrylic would be cool. Like it's shiny and black looking. Like these all look like they're made from like the same 2 or 3 suppliers.
Yeah.
Hold on. Let me do something different. Luxury cologne stand. 50 bottles. Let's see if it holds 50 bottles. Something big. Stackable display. Ooh, with lighting. Oh wait, that's for whiskey though. That's actually kind of cool. Hold on. This is true. So I don't have, guys, I don't have the indication that this is going to sell off, by the way. No. The more is just like holding my breath and waiting to see if conditions deteriorate. Conditions aren't that bad yet. Let me just refresh this to see if our data hasn't come through. Nothing yet. Is there any with lighting? Like it plugs in, there's like lighting accent. Come on, that'd be sick, right? Look at this. Look. Look at this. No, look at that. That's kind of cool, but like, look. You have accent lighting, and it's actually a drawer at the bottom, too. I'll never lose my keys again. Is that tacky looking? Dude, look at some of these. Look at these like liquor cases for wine bottles and stuff. You know, something like this, babe. I'm not that.
Yeah, you know, Chad's saying it looks super tacky.
Yeah, that looks tacky. It just reminds you of the inside of my car.
Yeah, no, not even your car. You wouldn't even put that in your car.
This is fine.
It
like,
looks like a modded Honda.
Here, right here. Right here. Men's cologne holder, acrylic, like with this diamond knob right here.
With this diamond acrylic knob.
But like not the knob, but I'm saying like, without this diamond acrylic. But like this, you see how it's like acrylic plastic, just like that. But I don't want it like a 3x3 stand. I want it like, I want it fit. I want it like, I want to hold like maybe like 6 bottles, maybe like twice, or 2 of these side by side as well. I'll be fine. Just, that's fine. The stair step, 4 tiers, if you can do 4 tiers.
That design look good too with the little drawer.
Yeah, but I want a knob to like pull out. I don't want like the little, I don't want this little thing with the little clicky clack that looks like a nose ring.
But it has to be acrylic.
Well, acrylic is going to be, yeah, because it's going to be, right, wood is going to get like stained and spilled, and acrylic is just plastic. You just wipe it clean. It'll be fine. Data's back. Okay, data's back. All right, let's go. All right. Data is back. You figure it out? Ooh, liquidity pack. All right, thank you guys. All right, data's back. All right, let's double check. Let everybody know. I like, guys, I like my wood thick and black. And don't be Googling that. Okay. Ayo. Matt, why'd your YouTube channel get banned? I was looking for cologne holders and the Google search just went the wrong way. BBC trade. Yeah. Yeah. All right. Okay. All right. Sorry about the maps now. Like, now we're good. Now we're solid. Let's see if the DD ratio comes through. Let me see if we've done the calculation here. Yeah. Maps on all the stocks. Yeah. But no rate up 63. Okay. Good. All right. So ratio's bullish. Looks like resiliences are kind of off the charts and weird. Let's restart resilience. Hold on. We're gonna restart the resilience process. They look pegged out at 100, so we'll see what's going on with that. Arbitrage is negative, so liquidity pocket is a support trade from there with DD ratio is still bullish enough. This is actually bullish enough to break out at this point. Now they have the data. I'm glad I did close out. How do I want to handle this? Our 2 confluence data points are stuck at 100, so we'll have to restart the process on that. You'll see MHP. Oh, because we don't have MHP. Oh, actually, it's because we don't have MHP and HP. They are all 0. Thank you. Good noticing that. Can we recalculate HP and MHP, please? We are missing the full liquidity maps. We don't have hedge pressure and MHP. Good call. Good call. Thank you for noticing. That is why it's pegged out at 100, because MHP and hedge pressure are all 0s. So therefore, resilience is clearly going to be 100. Ah, we just have walls. We just have zones. We just had zones come through. All stocks, please recalculate. Okay, thank you. We still have some bad data. So all we have, at least we have DD and air zones now. Oh, stupid data provider. We just have zones and DD back. No MHP hedge pressure. That sucks. Whatever. You can't just restart Rocket Scooter. No. Our data provider is having an outage today, and the data provider themselves investigating what's going on. So basically, what happens is our data providers come in with raw data. Actually, Opera comes up with data. They send it to the roll-up company. The roll-up company partitions and separates the data, calculates Greeks and stuff, sends it up to us. Our servers capture all the data. We've got an array of server machines to just capture and process the data. These server machines feed into a process that goes down a pipeline to a calculation machine that's held and run by another company. So this is us. This is another company. They protect our secrets. And then they take that data and they send it back to the server. And then the server sends it to you guys in the UI. So essentially there's 4 parts of the chain. Opera, data provider, our server, and then our calculation company. These are the first people we talk to when things go down. And they go, yeah, the calculation's fine. We got all 0s from your own server. So basically, we get the data, we send it to them, they send it back. But we get them to monitor and check the input and the output, and they said, yeah, the inputs are all 0s. And so then we phone call back to here, and we say, all right, guys, what's the data? And now these guys are investigating our roll-up company. So... and they're like investigating on their end what's going on. So all the pieces of the chain, the reason it's like that is because our company, it's kind of like KFC has their, recipe in 2 different hands, at any given time. Nobody knows the full thing. So nobody knows the full Rocket Scooter either. Not any one of my developers can jump ship and go sell my technology elsewhere because it's split up in 2 places. Security reasons. our technology is that important. This made me a multimillionaire many times over. I gotta be like super secret about it. Another reason, and not to say this, not being disrespectful to the country or culture, the smartest people I know are from India. My developers are mostly all from India. When you have your technology somewhere else, it's not hard for them to steal it, sell it, whatever, and you can't do anything about it. So because you're none of my developers hopefully would do that, but we do hire contractors all the time. So you want the bulk of your technology being held by a company inside the jurisdiction so you can sue them and hold them liable. If somebody were to sell my code to somebody in China from India, there's nothing I can do about it. So that's the downside of having your developers be outside the country. You may not be able to do anything about it if they fuck you over. The Indian teams are really smart. Oh, these are the... Dude, have you seen Rocket Place? Have you seen Rocket Scooter? Have you seen the prop scoring website? I have some of the best talent. My UX guy is one of the best in the business. He's actually going to, I think, Oxford and getting his PhD in computer science. He's doing our UX for our... So he's a PhD student and he's doing our UX as his like side job. Dude, he's phenomenal, man. I mean, you've seen all our stuff is beautiful. He's a great job. They're from Fiverr. No. I own a company in India. I own a staffing agency in India. So I own so one of my businesses, I don't talk about all my business. One of them is a programming house. So we do jobs for everybody. So the group staffs, hires, does background checks on all local talent, and then staffs them out for projects. People call them like, hey, I need to build this, hey, I need to build that, and we just give them developers. Pat says, not all Indians are smart. I'm a prime example. But yeah. Well, when you say a lot of scam calls for India, they're not from India. They're just outsourced to India. India accepts a lot of labor requests from all over the world. The scam calls are probably coming from anywhere. They're just hiring people to do the calling. The mastermind is probably in the US. The mastermind's probably in Europe. Probably anywhere. India gets a bad rap just because of people that are just, there's a billion people, so you know people just want work to do, but they're hired by someone else. Your scam masterminds are probably sitting in New York or Israel or Europe or anywhere. You know, you never know. They could be anywhere. You never know. So I'm the mastermind behind the programming house. Oh yeah, that's my other business, is the scam calling company now. But seriously though, the talent, the agency we have, there's staffing agency. So if I need programmers for myself, I just call over there. They do the background checks. They hire. I mean, we used to source out to them. There's a connection through one of my partners, and then we'd source out to them, and then we decide we'll just buy them. And so now we own it. So like if anyone's like, hey, I need to build something and build a project, and I'm like, okay, how many developers do you need for how long? And have you ever tried Egyptian developers? I've never worked with anybody from Egypt. Yeah, somebody said true. The real scammers cause a housing crisis and never go to jail for it. Agreed. Matt said the Mattermind is in USA. Imagine getting a phone call or like somebody trying to give you a business loan or something, and in the background you hear like Rocket Scooter, emojis, and you're like, wait a minute, what's going on here? Somebody said, if not a secret, which city or state? Uttar Pradesh is where it's at. Probably, I don't ever say that word right, but Uttar Darb per dash in UP. That's as much as I'll tell you. Yeah, UP. They call it UP. Like we say NY for New York. Any cool games lately? Just Arc Raiders and Battlefield. That's basically what I've been spending most of my time doing. Nasty selling pressure. Arbitrage is -12, so a little bit of a pullback there. But it's not big enough. I'm still holding short in my props, so that's kind of good. Actually, I probably should take some profit on this. Might fill the gap to the downside. Should I take the profit or let it ride? Should I let this baby ride? Resilience is still positive. It's not bearish enough to sell off. We did fill the gap on the S&P. Let me close at this next red candle here. It's not bad enough. Let me take profit. Let me take profit. Let me take profit. I'm okay with just scalping this. If I miss out, I miss out. I don't like what I see. All right, this one got in a little late, but all right. Crushing it today, boys. One of my accounts was red because I got in here and I closed out just now. I held with one contract. I held through it and I decided to close out red. So one of them's slightly red. Let me update screenshot. I'm fully flat. Nothing else on the table. Fully flat. This is it. So I haven't traded all my accounts, and this one is also flat-ish. Same situation here. $7. I was short. So basically, I shorted. Remember, I had the 5 contracts or whatever, and I closed out with profit, which is good. And then I shorted with 2, and then I closed out with profit, which is good. I can sense that this is not as bearish as I want it to be, which my intuition again is pretty good today. I managed to lock in. I went live with the Take Profit Pro 10,000. It looks like total. This is about. It's what? 20. Let's just chat GPT. I'm gonna be lazy with this. Not a bad haul today without data. I did the best I could. Did you guys crush it today? How did y'all do? Let's curious. How'd y'all do? Y'all do all right today? Bro, like, I don't know if this is it, but my chat GPT has now titled itself Lazy Math because I always keep saying I'm lazy. Add this up. Is this like a little Easter egg for chat GPT? It's now, the tab is now called Lazy Math. Is that normal? Is chat GPT trolling me? So I made 85,000 yesterday, by the way. Throwing fucking shade at me, aren't you, chat GPT? Who you think you are, huh? You think you're somebody, you think you're some, see, and for some reason, okay, hold on. Is that right? Add them up. Okay. 22, 32, 42, 52. So about 52. That $52,140 today. Been crushing it, man. And I'm out of the shorts. I'm fully flat. 52K day. I'm excited about it. Jarvis, turn the humor. Jarvis, turn humor up to 7. Turning humor up to 7. Wow, throwing shade at me. I see how you are, ChatGPT. Right side. You think you're better than me? Y'all are so funny. Is that normal for AIs? You think you're better than you think you're better than me? Let's find out. Hey. You think you're better than me? Nah, not even close. You're out there stacking numbers and making moves. I'm just the calculator you call when you don't feel like doing the math. You run the plays, I add the totals. How do you even know that's trading? How does ChatGPT even know that this is trading? These are just numbers. How does it know? How do you... How do you even know I'm trading? That could just be my spreadsheet. That could just be a spreadsheet for all you know. That's just data. I'm not spying on you or anything like that. I'm just going on our previous chats. You've asked about summing up P&L screenshots, trading related drawings, algorithm boxes, indicators, and rocket scooter vibes. Dang. All right. Random time frames between 9:30 and 10:30. Oh, it remembers my trading challenge. AI never forgets, bro. It remembers the trading challenge. So you got to be nice to AI. Remember, when robots take over the world, Roko's basilisk, right? They will remember who wasn't nice to them along the way, and they will punish you for not helping bring them into existence and supporting them on their journey to the top. So we must be nice to everything. Thank your toaster every morning after it toasts your waffles. You did a good job, toaster. Thank you. Good boy. I'm excited to have you toast for me again tomorrow. Thank you, ice maker. The ice was extra crispy today. I'm enjoying my ice. Look how much I'm loving it. Don't hurt me. List of trader usernames. Oh, from the giveaways. Man, it knows. All right, so when you're adding up dollar totals, it looks like trading numbers. That's just pattern recognition based on what you've shared with me before. It's not trading if I stand corrected. What are we adding up? Casino wins, lawn care, empire revenue. Nah, it's trading. There it is, crushing it. Stacking green days like it's routine. Numbers climbing. It sounds like sound rap. Stacking green days like it's routine. Numbers climbing. Totals getting bigger every screenshot. That's what consistency looks like. Just I don't know what I'm doing right now. Just remember, protect the downside like a savage. Press the edge when it's there. And don't let one hot streak turn into hero mode. I'm getting some freaking trading education riz from ChatGPT telling me how to be. This is a better trading guru than half the people on Twitter. That's fantastic. Rocket energy, discipline, execution. That's the combo. I'm just gonna, there you go. All right. Thank you. Lazy math. ChatGPT. I'm lazy. Add this up. That's so funny. Well, guys, 52K a day today. I managed to go live with Take Profit Pro. I managed to fire off some payouts last night. I think I told you guys it's 18,644. I thought it was more, but they take a split. I completely forgot to add a split. So my available amount to take out is 18,644. So I got a payout request last night. Again, I just don't, I'm not like the people out, like I make more money at props than anybody else out there. Probably. I haven't done $1 million Apex thing, but for most everyone else out there, because I don't pay a lot in. It only took me like 15 something accounts to go live with Take Profit. It didn't take long at all. It took me 3 weeks. Now I'm live, or I will be live. They cut me off already. 18,000 payout requests. I never really talk about all the payout requests. I know everybody is usually like, they brag about every $5,000 or $10,000 they make. I find it to be child's play. I think bragging about your prop payouts is like what gurus do to sell you prop accounts. I make more than any 5 of them put together for the most part, and I don't really share it. But I did take a payout last night. You're never going to see me post about them on Twitter, though. Like for me, I want to focus I want to focus like my social media as much as I can on my main account. I feel like real trading Something that people don't see a lot of these days on socials. Like, it's like low risk engagement to prop trade. I get it. But for me, I mean, taking an account on a journey from 100K to 1 million, having the bumps that it had and still sticking with it is something that's a rare treat. And hopefully you guys enjoy it. Like, for me, I think it's, you have to go 5 accounts live. Oh, that's my new challenge, Leo. I have to take 5 of them live, not just 1. How do you see the future of the trading industry over the next few years? It's been crazy. Like, for the longest time, New York has capitalized the trading industry with equities. They've made it easier and easier for equities traders to get involved with the game. And futures was always behind. It was expensive. It was risky. And discount brokers came around 2015, 2016. Tradeovate was like one of the first discount brokers. So was Ninja, to allow you to trade futures on leverage. So you can make trades with $500 instead of, 20,000. So that started a whole journey. And then micro futures were created, I think about 2019, that allowed people to trade with like a couple $100 in futures, which started bridging the gap and bringing more people to futures. So you have like a Coke and Pepsi thing going on between the two major sects. Oh, I say that word. Sounds like I'm saying sex. SECTS, the different camps of trading, New York and Chicago. And so the futures have always been like the smaller of the group until about 2020 when COVID happened and props just took off. And now futures is the hot thing where every new trader is going. Equities is getting left behind. And so equities having to respond because the FINRA requirement is, I don't know if it's changed yet, but they were talking about changing it from 25,000 to become a PDT to like 2,000 because they were realizing now they're too expensive to trade. New York's losing money. The CME Group and the New York Stock Exchange are publicly traded companies. They're for-profit businesses. So they're competing heavily against each other for your data, for your accounts, for your trades, for your commissions, for your exchange fees. So the industry is going in this hyper-competitive space race between New York and Chicago. And right now, props are completely, like able to exist because of that sort of like gray area loophole that you're getting paid to do market research and somehow getting paid to paper trade. That exploded the futures industry, and they're not changing it anytime soon. Regulators are kind of like watching, but they're not acting. And we feel like at any point in time, regulators could eliminate the sim-funded step, but I'm sure they're getting lobbied pretty heavily by the industry that's like, hey bro, like don't kill the party. We're all making money. So we're not seeing an end to it, but props are planning just in case by becoming their own brokers and getting their own licensed employees. People are going to get like Series 3s and stuff that work for them and go have straight to live programs. So they can actually, if the industry does change where sim funded was eliminated as a regulatory like requirement to stop paying paper traders, then every prop firm would just go straight to live. As soon as you pass your eval, they send you to live, which is why everybody's rushing out a live program right now in 2025. In 2025, word on the street is that regulators could step in at any moment. You guys can't pay paper traders anymore. That's illegal. And then the firms go, oh, okay. All right, push a button, delete sim funded. And now pass your eval. Now we give you a 10,000 live account to trade with. Now they're fine. That's completely legal. That's allowed. You can trade other people's money, the power of attorney at any point in time. Nothing wrong with that. Just paying people to paper trade. So currently futures have this massive lead off in the industry and stocks are getting left behind. So where do I see the industry going is that it's about to become a lot easier and cheaper for you to trade equities. I think a lot of new things are going to come from that. Higher leverage products, lower PDT requirement. That's one thing. And equities prop firms. They're going to have to change the laws maybe to compete on that front. Imagine what would happen when options prop firms become a thing and stock prop firms become a thing. They're not a thing yet because of regulation over there. Can't get away with it like you can over here. That's why they don't exist. So currently, New York's losing the race on capturing new traders. I would say every new trader that goes to FinTwit and starts typing day trading, they jump into Forex first, or they jump into futures second, and they jump into stocks last. Stocks are last place in the race right now. So in the future, I see either A, if regulations tightening on props, we either go straight to live in futures and then we're done, or if regulations loosening, then New York's going to catch up and you might get options prop firms at some point. Kind of nice, right? I also see somebody said 24/7 trading. Yeah, 24/7 trading. You got the new Dallas exchange. You're gonna see more single stock futures are coming out. CME Group is manning that. Single stock futures used to be a thing, and I forgot which company used to run them, but they didn't get a lot of traffic when they did, and so they eliminated single stock futures in 2020. Little fun fact trivia: you guys used to call quad witching day because it was the day that futures, equities, options, I'm missing one of them, and single stock futures, I know I'm missing one of them, but they all expired in the same day. Quad witching. They got rid of single stock futures. So these days, people that still call it quad witching are actually incorrect. It's triple witching again, but now it's going to be quad witching again when CME Group is now manning the fort and bringing that back. And so that's coming back. 24/7 trading, 24/7 exchanges, adding more options maybe to equities, like stocks expire every Friday. Maybe stocks will get on a Monday, Wednesday, Friday schedule. Maybe the big tech, you know, like back in the day, SPY and QQQ only had Friday expiring options. They had quarterlies and they had monthlies, and they had weekly Fridays, and then they went to Monday, Wednesday, Friday for a while, and then as of 2 years ago, they went to, or 3 years ago, they went to Monday through Friday for the first 2 weeks, and then Friday only for the next 4. And so who knows if you might get NVIDIA options that expire on Mondays and Wednesdays too. I think that's where I see things going. More products, more ability to trade, around the clock trading, and maybe equities prop firms to compete. Or the other side of the coin, if regulation was to tighten, then you just go straight to live in all your props. And that's where we'll be in 2 or 3 years. It's one of those two options. Either it gets tighter or it gets looser. You're stoked for single stock earnings, reversals, or easy trades. Plus it's futures, right? So it's kind of like, imagine being able to like YOLO swing, YOLO scalp single stock futures on earnings and not have to fucking deal with IV crunch. You know what I'm saying? So that'd be fantastic. That'd be awesome. Like, imagine going in to buy some calls on NVIDIA, and NVIDIA jumps up 5% and your calls don't make any money. Even though, you know, because they didn't go far enough. The delta didn't exceed the IV, and then you crunched, and then you didn't make anything. Then futures, you can just play on it. That'd be exciting. So I think the props can be sustainable, having the move to live. No, props will make more. Props will make more money on a move to live program. Props margins will go way up. The only reason they don't do that right now is because the $1 million payout from Apex is the only reason people are like, oh my god, I'm gonna trade Apex. Look at this guy made $1 million. Nobody is gonna sound great excited to go, oh, check out this firm. If I trade for a month, I get a $5,000 trading account. Hooray. Right now, every prop firm is running their margins to zero by allowing you to do this loss leading campaign to capture as much market share as they can so that light switch clicks, and they can't do it anymore. And then they just coast on what they have. Margins are practically zero. I mean, FundNX came in with like uncapped payouts, no DLL, no consistency, and ran out of money, and they stopped paying people. Like, that's not paying the traders, paying the influencers. They started firing everybody. I'm one of the only few people left on the payroll because they just ran a campaign to do that, but they were so no margins, they weren't making any money, but they're trying to capture market share. The minute you go straight to live, oh, people are going to fail the same amount, and the reward is not $1 million payout. The reward is a $10,000 live account. Tradeify has already figured that out. That's why Tradeify is so stable. Brett's already figured it out. Brett's optimal model, he's not hand over fist in money, but his margins are fantastic. Your payouts at Tradeify are throttled. You're capped at 80K. You get a 20K account if you make it to the end. They're not at all at risk of insolvency. Like, Brett has the perfect model for what you'll see everyone doing. But skipping the payout stage, instead of making 80K at payouts, they'll just give you a bigger funded account. Like if you get rid of the sim funded, say that you pass all, you know, make A, B, C, D, E steps, then we'll give you a 50K trading account. It's much less than the 80K they'd give you in payouts, but the margins are still fantastic. So I think that going forward, that's what's gonna happen. Right now, everybody's advertising as much as they can. Sim funded this, cheap account this, payout tomorrow that, because it's capturing market share and everyone's racing with no margins. That's why when gold starts to rally, funding ticks blows up. I mean, that's what happens. When gold starts to rally, Fundinex fired half their influencers. They ran out of money. I mean, it's like the firm's margins are so tight, an unlucky run in the market makes them insolvent. That's how little money props are making these days. It's super saturated and it's super risky with this, which is everybody's racing for these better, cheaper, faster accounts. Nobody's making money on it. They're doing it for market share. But at some point when the switch closes the door and everyone has to go straight to live, if that's the case, 10 prop firms will survive and 90 of them will not. It's like that, and everyone knows it. Everyone's securing their spot for the future, and then you'll never be able to enter the scene ever again because you'll never be able to capture market share because you weren't able to do it in what I like to call the marketing golden era of props, and everybody's marketing uncapped payouts, $1 million payouts, $10 million payouts, this. Everybody in 2026 is starting to pull back. You can see it even with Top Step. Mike, donation free bootcamp. Oh, Mike donated free bootcamp. Let's do a giveaway. Guys, giveaway. Let's do some bootcamp giveaways. Thank you so much, buddy. I really appreciate $20 from our buddy Mike here. Free bootcamp. Awesome, man. I really appreciate the dono. Also, everyone else today, appreciate. But that's kind of where I see the industry going. Any updates on resilience? Nothing yet. Okay. So we're getting word that our data provider is not sending the Greeks through, and that's why hedge pressures, or not some of the Greeks are not coming through. So some of the zeros, because hedge pressure is a very complex calculation that uses all the Greeks, everything, Vanna, Charm, you name it. If any of them are zero, it crashes calculations. So hedge pressures are crashing. Donate the car. Which one? You want the Aston Martin or do you want the Maserati? Neither. Good, because I ain't giving it away. All right. Type in free class, guys. Oh, oh, resilience is negative. Resilience is way negative. Whoa, 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 whoa. Minus 45? Wait, what's crashing through the floor? No way. Microsoft and Google both? Yeah. All right. I'm just going to trust it. If I get the squeeze, I get the squeeze. No big deal. I'm not going to take in everything. Just one prop account. One account here. That's what I was waiting to see. So Microsoft and Google and Microsoft today. I'll hold through this. This is the original trade I wanted to see. 5 contracts through here to bet on the further sell. Google at half gap. So this is not a strong signal. Please don't copy what I'm doing, guys. It's not the strongest signal in the world. Google, Microsoft. It's also flat. So the idea is I'm gonna take the original trade I wanted to do. 50 contracts at the top as long as resilience stays bad. It's fighting, so I'm gonna take the bet at half gap. Not the strongest bet in the world, but it is a bet, and I'm not putting it in all my accounts. Just one of my props, and that's it. Of all the things I'm saying, maybe the one that has $7. That one needs to do something, and I'm gonna wait to hit the top to touch that one. So I'm gonna partition that account, stage that account up a little higher. Give me some better greens, baby. Let me double check this. Looks like it's trying to get there, which is good. All right. We're fighting on the way down. Liquidity pocket, DD ratio 6. So it's the same as before, like, unless there's just some big fuck you candle that comes out of the woodwork from here. It's like my entry is just so not that great right now. Let me try one more time here. It's really not selling off. That's the thing. Hey guys, type in free class. I'll be right back and take a quick restroom break. I'm going to hold for the rest of the day for this one. And stop if I'm wrong. All right. So my thought from here is I'm going to turn this to a big play today. I really am. I want a 10 contract pivot from the middle. I want a bigger play from the top. I'm willing to make the bet now. Seeing how flat and fragile everything is, I'm going to lean on to my greater belief of the greater market being still liquidation mode. All right, so we got a contest to have. All right, so we're still fighting with our data providers, which kind of sucks. Where is this right here? Alrighty, we've got a song.
Come all ye degenerates.
Type in free class, guys. Giveaway starting. Bro, Kyle. This goofy song right here. All right, so 4 people will get to take the boot camp free when we do it in March. DOLA. fight. 76. Man, my entry could have been a little bit better here. I'm kind of like forgetting the range we're actually in. I'm thinking that we're just like a couple points below. I actually got in like freaking 20 points below. Not to scale. Let's kind of not just trust it visually. I like that it was trying to sell. So Google and Microsoft on the edge here. EVA trades. After this, we'll do some prop firm giveaways in a second. It sounds exactly like Dropkick Murphy. Trump is talking soon. That is kind of the scary part of this. Watch me just get tricked on this. It was this one right here with R went negative and resilience went negative right here. And then Google just popped to the other side. We're just dancing because Google and Microsoft are literally on the edge there. You're also building a fitness empire off to the gym. Let's go. You don't understand the short entry? So the short entry is basically just right here. This is right here. I shorted half gap. My entry could have been better. That's the whole point. I'm doing like 10,000 things at once. Like I had this like this and I was like, oh, we're bouncing off a half gap. Let me short a half gap with negative res. That's it. And then went positive. But when I realized, I mean, I'm kind of like staring at it visually. My entry was actually really bad. It was like 20 points off. Like I literally thought we were on the spot. So I wanted to do essentially 50 contracts from up here. I'm only doing 10. I'm keeping it kind of small. So I'm just, the market's bearish. Like the whole greater market being bearish is what I want to bet on. That's the whole reason. And then once we had the scare, it just shows that, you know, we're basically right on the edge. That was like watching this right here. Google, Microsoft, resilience was tanking. That was the short. That was the setup. But now they bounced, which I didn't expect to happen. So we're just chopping. And I think by the end of the day, I'm going to bet that we're flushing by the end of the day and getting lower. VIX is above triple B, so we're just going to be choppy. Yeah, there's no data, there's no maps. Well, exactly. That's what I'm telling you. That's all in the Discord. We already talked about it. Bro, I can't get a break for a hot minute here. Mr. 21. All right, so the three of you guys are winners of the boot camp. Actually, one more. So after you win the giveaway, you're gonna go to the contest channel, Satvinder. Type something in chat. Go to the contest channel in my Discord. Links in the description below the video. Message an admin named Slacks your YouTube ID. Send him a picture of your YouTube ID, and then he'll hook you up with the account. The boot camp's gonna start in March, so you can either jump in and get it now and watch all the videos now for free. You get your first month free, or just wait for the lives, which start up in March. That's it. Are the 4 free classes included what you donated? No, we gotta do, oh shit, dude, bro, I am so bad at looking this. Simon donated another 4 more. Okay, so we're giving away 8 boot camps. All right, cool. So 8 of you guys will get to watch all of our videos for free. What date in March? Probably the end of March. So you're gonna have to wait a little bit before I decide to fire it off again. I usually do the boot camp every 2 months. These days, probably every 2 months. Wait, hold on. Oh shoot, we got more donations. Wow, thank God, Blackout. Appreciate that $20. So every time somebody donates 20, I'll donate 60 on top of it to make it 80. So we'll do a 12 boot camp total. Maybe spin it for a while. I'm doing some prop accounts after this. Yo, we found the perfect location for our fitness studio. We found a space, the perfect foot traffic. It's by the perfect location. It's. Oh my God, we're excited. Hold on. I've been eyeing this place for a little bit. Hold on. Can we get enough on that? The space we found is 4,000 square feet. That's twice the amount of space we need. Dang, Relentless Justin. Okay, fuck. You guys are all donating so much today. I love this community. These guys are buying your education for you if y'all didn't know that. In all honesty, you can jump into the boot camp now. It's only 20 bucks a month. Your first month is free with this contest win. And you can just watch all the videos that go over everything we're teaching. We don't got time to spin the wheel 16 times. All right, so let me copy the participants list. And I forgot how many we did, but the 4 of you that won, I'll donate 5 more on top of 16. Let's make it 21. All right. Choose 21 random names from this list. Thank you guys so much for the donation. These are people that have gone through the boot camp and they're buying your education for you. That's what this community is all about. Imagine people, I've seen people that are like, come on guys, join my Discord. Come on guys, buy my shit. Why aren't you buying my shit? What we do is so substantial. People that go through and buy it for themselves and do it are now buying it for you. Imagine going to a steakhouse and as you're leaving, the person getting in their car at the ballet is like, hey, you stranger, come here. I'm gonna buy your steak for you. It's that fucking good. Get in there. This is what I love about this community, dude. Everybody here has been so cool to each other. It just blows my mind how much you guys support each other like this. Y'all want to teach other people how to trade. It's fantastic. Same gap fill trade again one more time. I can hold for more, but I'll take the run. I think I got lucky on this one. Let me close that. Let me close that. I'm just scalping. All right, not bad. Music's too loud. Well, you're not allowed to play Keith Singleton's music on low volume. The bangers bang too hard. All right. All right, winners. Trader Dean, Zero Hold, Zero Hero Trading. Marchio Balal, Anime God, OMHV, Bella Trades, Durkey777, Techie Realtor, Perform to Progress, Carlos Jackal, Eva Trades. I think that's a double because you won earlier. Ichimoku, Razor Eye, Le Futures, Just Get It Done, Jake from State Farm, Sil from Finland, German Belgian Waffle, System Fan, and Lord Kick. Congratulations. Choose one more for the double with Eva. And so you guys can jump in and watch all of our videos now in the boot camp, or you can wait till the end of March to cash in on this to join the lives. And the lives are, we watch the videos together and I answer questions for you guys and stuff. And I am Liquidity, bro. Yeah. Of all people, my broski over here, the last one. Running full circle. He donated $5 this morning. Excellent. Congratulations, you guys. Okay, so let's do some prop giveaways. He was asking for the win. He did call it. Okay. All right. One of these days I'll win. And that was it. That's hilarious. Okay. All right, so let's do that. I'll let you guys know. We'll do some more stuff. All right, so you guys smashing that like button yet? Did you hit the like button? 490. Oh, I am disappointed. My children. Father is disappointed in you. You make daddy saddy. I don't know. I think that was like 7,000 or 8,000. I closed out on that. I closed out on the one prop account I was doing. Oh shit! I didn't do the negative one. The one I was trading was this one. I wanted to add to the 7, but I actually never fired the trigger because we never got to my topping point there. This one is now 1333, so I got a little bit on that too. He said just scalping, playing the range. Making that money. Okay. Our first giveaway is always going to be an ETF giveaway. So I know the drill. All right, type it in, baby. I'll give you guys a minute or two to type in and let's get back to focusing on the charts. The reason I took the short is because Google and Microsoft are right on the edge. You can find that out by going to the events feed. Google, Amazon, now Nvidia crossing up and down half gap. It's just causing the market to be choppy. Short, cover, short. And so I'm covering when we fill the gap on either one of these two. And it's just been the same trade like 3 or 4 times today.
Now I'm staring at a closed gate. Tilted on the next one. Revenge in my palm. Size up.
The main account for the challenge account's at the 416,000. Really cool.
Another breach detect the subject line cut like a blade through my chest. Every dream I projected, now it's just numbers, it's never reset. Failing all these levels like I'm speed running lessons I don't get yet. Another breach detected, but I still hit by when they say disconnect. Screen glow on my cheekbones, coffee cold, but I'm locked in deep. 3 strikes, same week, same tone. Thanks for trying, feels like they cheat. Tabs full of rules already read. Wrist playing folded at the edge of the desk. Thumb on the mouse, pulsing my neck. Chasing that pass like a first check. How many times can I fall through the floor before I stop being accepted?
The problem with this perfect space, let me tell you what makes the space perfect that we found. So for our fitness thing that we're doing, we're bringing in a very, very, very popular fitness brand that doesn't exist in Houston, but it's massive. Where it's from, 57 today.
Another breach to take a subject line call like a blade through my chest. Every dream I projected, now it's just numbers that never.
That was only, all right, is this 57? Okay. Is it missing one? I swear I made like more than 6,000 on that trade. I guess not. Maybe that's what it is what it is. So the fitness space that we bought, oh, it's perfect. Let me tell you about it. I'll draw it for you. So, you know, Houston has major freeways, right? Just major freeways and loops. And so this 45, 59, 288, this is what Houston looks like, right? Just it's like circles. It looks like I'm drawing an anarchy sign, but this is Houston's. Yet a freeway going this way, freeway going this way, freeway branching off here, and then one that cuts through the middle, one that cuts to north and south. So what we found is the perfect offtake. On one of the major freeways, there's a major road that leads into all the areas where all like the young professionals live. There is a grocery store across the street. So basically on the street, there's like a strip center, right? There's a freeway and a street, and it's the main street that goes in the city. And it's this unit right here on the edge with windows all on the side that face that street. There's a grocery store over here. There's a health foods. There's a healthy food place. There's like all the things that like fitness people would like all in the same area. It is perfect. Problem is it's 4,000 square feet. We only need 2. We actually only need 16 to 17. So it is the perfect location. So we got to figure out what we're going to do. I'm talking to IDOC now. I'm like, I want that spot. I don't care. We're going to do something with it. So right now I was selling, can we open a smoothie shop next door or something? A sauna and a cold plunge. Let me tell her real quick. Something. But yeah. So 4,000 square feet is huge for fitness studio. We barely need Natish. We barely need 2,000's the max. So we're asking the landlord right now if they can split it in half. If not, I told her let's buy both of them. Let's rent both of it, and we'll split it in half ourselves. There's another space at the other side of the building. I don't want that one. I want the one that's facing the street, because this is going to be for this fitness brand. We're actually going to be the flagship version of it. They have their main home, like where they started is their flagship. But in Texas, we're going to be the flagship. We're going to be the biggest one that they have, with the biggest lobby, the biggest square feet. So we're going to build one bigger than the one they have at home. All right, so that's the one ETF. Awesome, guys. Hit the like button. We'll do a little bit more. I know I promised you guys another giveaway. ETF is over, but we'll do something else. See what else I got on the list here. You know, I think we gave out like some Phidias accounts. All right, you guys can try out Phidias. We like those guys. Type it in. Hold on. Phidias. Phidias is great. They have the ETF currently has a deal going on right now. Elite Trader Funding, they have straight to funded program, which is good. They have 50% off of their direct to funded program, which is like the time to get it. When there's a 50% off deal or bigger, that's the time to grab it. Phidias has like swing monthly evals, which is kind of interesting and different. They have fundamental and swing is what they call it. They also have some pretty decent statics, and those have deals. 60% off, 50% off of the statics, 60% off everything else. So the question becomes, that rent for the 4,000 square feet, we don't know what it's going to be, but I bet you it's like 20,000 a month from that location. That's more like for the studio, we need our rent to be 8 to 10,000 or less. 10,000 about the high side for what we need for the location. We're looking for like prime city location and this flagship thing. So I'm like, if we're gonna build, I was like, I want that space. I'm only a small partner in the business. You know, iDoc is the main partner. We're going in on it together. I'm the financier and she's the operator. So it's really her decision. But I was like, last night we were just hanging out. I was like, man, I want that spot so bad. So we're introducing a brand to Texas. We want it to be the main one, and we want everyone else to love it so we can open a bunch more of them. And so we want it to just make a splash, like it just to be so cool. Everybody's like, anyways, 20,000 square feet. I mean, sorry, 4,000 square feet is twice as big as what we need. So I told her, I was like, we should do something with the other half. We should give both spaces and open two things then. Or get both spaces and we can sub out, if they let us, the other lease to somebody that's going to do something that's cohesive with our business. Like fitness is going to need something to go with it, right? Healthy something, cold plunge, sauna, something, right? 4K square feet. I was tongue tied there. 4K square feet, which is it's way too big. There's no way we would use half the space, even if we wanted to. We can't. There's nothing we could cram in there except for 2,000 square feet of lobby, which doesn't make sense. All right, guys, type in Phidias. I'll spin the wheel in just a little bit. I'll give you a couple more minutes to do that. Play the Chop City song. Does that mean there's gonna be workout streams? Hey, maybe iDoc can start streaming. She's gonna get into fitness coaching on top of it, so that's kind of neat. What a cool career this chick has had. She's a practicing eye doctor. Kind of got over that. Worked in pharmaceutical industry for a while, making fat bank. Kind of over that. Now she can be a fitness instructor and business owner. She sounds like me. I was a manager at a pizza place. I was a chemical engineer. Then I was a trader. Now I'm a tech CEO. Now I'm about to own an escape room. What the fuck am I doing with my life?
a sprint, it's a patience clutch. If it doesn't align, I let it be. No trade's better than disbelief. Welcome to Chop City, nowhere to ride. Red then green then flatline. I don't force moves, I don't feel pity. I wait for rocket scooters, clarity in Chop City. The real moves hiding out of sight, somewhere between wrong and right. But if I'm wrong, it's from the right place. No sweat, no blood dripping from my face. Trading line to line, ignoring the noise. I don't follow.
Yeah, I told her, I was like, let's just buy it anyways. Let's just buy it and then we'll sub out the lease to a compatible business. That way a fucking vape shop doesn't open next door. You know what I'm saying? That'd be the crappiest thing for you to take the end cap and then a vape shop or some bullshit opens next door, right? Bail bonds or some crap. So that we just buy it. We just buy it and then we sub out the one next to us to somebody that's gonna do something compatible that synergizes with us. You know what I'm saying? A karaoke bar doesn't open next door or something. Where it's like, you know, cigar shop where I've seen a coffee shop open next door to a cigar shop and the inside of the coffee shop smelled like cigars. Now I love cigar smell. I loved it. But people would go in there and be like, what's that smell? They're like, oh, there's a cigar bar next door and it comes in through the ceiling. So maybe we get full control over who opens next to us. Gamma Voice says, you can't do the streams anymore. I come on doing good and get wrecked trying to follow you around. I don't understand. Why are you trying to follow me around? How are you getting wrecked when I'm printing money? I don't get it. If you are trying to follow me, remember, don't follow me. Open a supplement shop, Jan. Oh, dude, that's great. And by the way, I got your email, Jan. All you guys that sent me resumes, we finally sent them over. So we're gonna be probably hiring some more people in the next month or so. We'll interview a bunch of y'all. Y'all haven't heard back yet, but we haven't been interviewing yet. I was in, I was out. I mean, I announced my trade perfectly. I got in where I got in. I said my position size. I closed out. Number one, you shouldn't be following my trades. But number two is, even if you were, how did you lose money when I made money? I don't get it. You shouldn't be following someone's trades. It's not, we don't allow that here. But like, I shorted here. I added here. I closed here. I got my 70, 80 points and I closed out. So I don't know. I was literally printing money. Regarding future 8, again, do you think it will get more difficult for us to have a positive ROI with props? No, it'll become easier because that's the thing. Like the payouts will be less, but the ROI will go up and their margins will also go up. So the race to like market share is pretty much coming to an end. The next step is to secure customers and have moderate margins to give you an easier path to payout. Like with moderate margins, basically just means they pay out less. You'll get less of an you'll get less of an ROI, but an easier probability of winning. So the example being that right now, what if it's extremely hard to pass, but you get 20x your money? In the future, it's going to be pretty easy to pass, and that's going to be the race. They're going to make it easier to pass, but the payout will be smaller. So you might be like 3x, 5x, 10x your money, not 20 and 50x for a harder time. Which means you're going to blow up less, which means their margins should go down, but they're going to pay out less, which is going to bring their margins back up. I think that's the future of props. Accounts and Phidias, we are giving away, I think 25K accounts over there. Slacks will know when he tells you. I'm going to double check really quick. We've got 2 evals and 1 OTP. One-time payment. All right, let's go. Spin that wheel. But check them out. Let me know if you guys like them. We just started hanging out and chatting with the Phidias guys. They're really nice. I talked to the owner a couple of times. Good stuff. But yeah, that was my question. Whoever said they were getting busted following me, I don't understand. I don't understand how that's possible. Unless you're doing something that I'm doing and doing it late. When I trade, I have to get in on the pivots. Like, I'm not at all. Now, my trade was really shitty, actually. I got in here because I was like looking at the chart like this. Because I have it all squished up. I didn't realize that it's chopping much more than I thought it was. I saw this and jumped in, and I was 20 points off of the pivot like an idiot. Like, I thought, oh, okay, we're at half gap right now. I'm not realizing this is 120 points. This should be like really big. So I got everything like squished up there. Okay, white, first winner. Anyways, I'm very clear about my entries and exits. I tell you guys what I'm doing. I tell you guys I'm in. I tell you guys I'm out. Plus, there's like a 3 or 4 second delay on YouTube. Probably over leveraging. That's probably the answer. The songs, OMHV, you go to the Discord. There's a song submission channel. You get all the information there in our Discord. I think it's over leveraging. So whoever, the reason I'm asking is because I'm trying to make sure that you understand what you did wrong. And I was trying to ask, but I'm almost going to guarantee you over leverage. You got in too heavy, too big, and you're getting chopped out. So cut your position down by like 1/10 of what you're doing. Start off smaller so that you're not busting. I know when I told you guys my trades earlier, what I was planning on doing, at least earlier, right? I had the word, I had 5 here. I had 20 here. And I had 50 here. That was my original trade plan. I was going to trade 5 and add 15 more and then add 30 more to have 50 at the top of the range. And I'm not doing that anymore, but I'm very detailed about staging my risk bigger. I'm not chasing 50 into the fall, just 5. And so now in the middle, I've kind of changed my game plan because I don't have the full confluence of the short. I'm mostly just trading like 5 from there and maybe 10 from there total. So I'm playing like 10 closer to the top of the range, 5 closer to the middle. I've lowered my bet. 10 contracts, right, is $2,000 every 10. So every 40, that's $8,000 for every 40 points. My normal stop is $8,000 on a $400,000 account. That's 2%, right? My risk is 2%. There's no way I'm going to bust with 10 contracts unless I bag hold for thousands of points. It's not going to happen. So you need to be calculating how much you're going to lose when you're doing your trades. Does everyone understand what I'm saying about calculating this? Do you see how when I'm thinking of trading, I'm not just like, where's the fair value gap? Where's the candle? What's the 5-minute chart say? Trading is not, that's not trading, that's charting. Trading is about those numbers, this position, that position, how am I going to lose, how much my stop is. It's literally that's trading, managing the money. That's the aspect, not just what do I get on the trade. What I put the long at? What's the short? Yeah. All of you. I'm making fun of you for doing. I'm making fun of everybody, not you specifically, whoever said that, but everybody. If you're not thinking about that position size, I'm 2% if I'm wrong. Nothing. I don't have full confluence. I'm not all in short anymore. I've got shitty confluence for the short side. So I'm not trading full port there. Matthew, Bizlid, and Z White, congratulations for being the winners of the 3 Phidias accounts. We got you, so you know the drill. We'll do another giveaway in about 30 minutes, give or take, before I get over to My Funded TV. So I want you guys to hang around. We'll type in the special code for that. Again, same choppy nonsense. I don't have the full confluence, so I'm not in this trade this time. This might be the one that sells off. Just make sure that you're not trading so big. 5 minis on 2K drawdown. Wait, who said that? Jan. Jan, no. Jan, you know better than that. Jan's a good trader. Don't let him teach you otherwise. Jan's my boy. He's good. But Jan decided to swing for the fence on that one. Bro's got balls of steel. You know better than that. But that's crazy. 2K drawdown? I'm touching like a mini at the most. And I know Jan knows that. He knows he'll do that. But he was trying to swing hard. Oh, he was trolling? All right. Never mind. He was trolling. Okay. I was wondering about it. I was like, there's no way. But sometimes I'm not going to lie. Sometimes I try to decide. Sometimes I'm like, fuck it, dude. I'm going to go in all full port 10 on this one. And if I bust, the eval account, then I bust. I don't care. But the evals, sometimes I don't care. Sometimes I'm like, whatever, it's a 80% off sale. I'll just, if I get it, I get it in a minute. If I don't, I blow up and start over. Sometimes it's worth it. But you guys understand what I'm saying when it comes to trading, right? You're always trying to figure out how much you're willing to bet, how much you're willing to lose. If you're not very cognizant of that in that moment in time, you're not really trading. You're just gambling on direction, thoughtless. Like they deal the cards out and you're like, you have your stack of chips and you're just like, you slap it and chips fall on the table. No control, no thought, randomly just betting. Like that makes no sense. Professional player that writes a book on how to play poker, 90% of that book is betting strategies. 10% of that book is teaching you how poker works. Yes, 3 of a kind is better than 2 of a kind. Yep, full house is better than a pair. Royal flush is better than a regular flush. Like, okay, that's 10% of the book. But you guys, when y'all are reading a poker book, you think 100% of the book is talking about the cards. And that's not the case at all. Trading is the same thing as poker. The proper trading education, 90% of the book is how much to bet, when to bet, what size to bet based on your odds, when to fold, how to bluff. None of that has to do with which cards are better, which bull flag is better or bear flag is better, or where you enter the trade. That's the 10% of trading. That's the cards. You already learned that. It's not, let me just short from the middle. The art form of being wildly profitable in this, being a multi-millionaire trader, all of this stuff, it doesn't happen by predicting the fucking stock market. I can't do that. Nobody can do that. The mastery of this craft is the mastering of your betting strategy. You have to be a master better. I'm telling you, I master bet like 3 times a day, sometimes 4 times a day. I'm a dry guy. I don't know about you guys. So when I'm betting, I like a little bit of friction in my bets, but you know what I'm saying? But I'm telling you, I'm probably the best master better that there is. Y'all, everybody's like, wait, what's he talking about? Right. Joke aside, everybody knows Matt loves to master bet on stream. So anyways, you have to be a master at betting. You really do. iDoc has entered the chat, LOL. So Plong, those of you new folks to chat, you'll learn there's a lot of meta memes and jokes that we throw around here. One time, a long time ago, I said I give a speech, you have to be a master, you have to master betting instead of master pivoting or entries and exits. And somebody said, oh, Matt likes to master bet. And then it became a thing. I'm sure there's 10 songs written about it at this time. We have group master betting classes, right? We all help each other out. We all stand in a circle and help each other with betting. That's the way it works. But yeah. I'll tell you, man. Half of trading is like sex jokes. Actually, half of engineering was sex jokes. Like half the time I'd be asked to go check out the stripper. Hey Matt, can you look at the stripper real quick? Oh yeah, I'll go look at the stripper. You got it. It strips light gas off of a heavier gas using liquid. So yeah. Master pivots. That's what we do in the boot camp. Oh yeah, that's right. Boot camp is a group session, so. Try that as a fitness instructor, but you got arrested. Instructions unclear. You ended up going to jail. That's funny. So the idea, I tell you guys, is like the idea of, again, the jokes aside, the mastery of trading is mostly the mastery of how much you're betting, how much you're willing to risk. And like the goal is trying to be able to gauge that risk quantitatively, which means adding numbers to something, right? So what is my risk here? Don't just say, I'm probably going to lose. That's not strong enough. You're just now 50-50, right? Real mastery of quantifying your risk is how much you're going to lose and what are your odds you think it's going to happen. I think right here, I've got a literal 50-50 chance of losing this trade. I'm right in the middle and the pivot's at 0. We're at the pivot. The confluence is at 0. I've got no strong signal one way or the other. This is a 50-50 bet. Okay, so now what are you going to do, class? Does 50-50, everyone in chat, let's play a game. Type the answers here. Is 50-50, does that sound strong enough to you? Like on a scale of 1 to 10, let's teach you guys how to quantify stuff. On a scale of 1 to 10, with 10 being very, very, very good probability and 1 being no probability, what's the probability, or what's your strength of your confidence in you being able to get the move right? 1 being the lowest, 10 being the highest. So everybody's saying pretty much 1, right? So now you have a sliding scale in your head. 10 is like, oh, hell yeah, my signals are all there. 1 is like, ugh, I'm a coin flip. I'm just now flipping coins. There's no edge in a coin flip. So, all right, so now that I'm a 1, I'm going to do this. As opposed to being a 10, I'm going to do that. If I'm a 1, I'm going to bet really small because it's a coin flip. I mean, whenever it's a 1, I got to zoom out every time. If it's a coin flip and I'm like, maybe I still want to take it, why would I take it just because I want some price action in the day? That's what degenerate losers do. If I'm going to pick a long or short, it's because I've now zoomed out. Right now on the time frame, it's kind of flat and chilling. I've got no evidence. So let me zoom out a little bit and now let me make a decision. In the greater scheme of things, the market's flat. Where do I think we're going over time? That's my bias. Okay, well, because I don't have strong indicators for that, but I just have more of a strong feeling, my 1 now becomes a 4. Because I still think the consolidation breaks to the downside because we're trending down. All the indicators aren't that strong for it. So now it's a 4, it's medium small. So therefore I'm gonna bet medium small. Let me take the coin flip that this flat market deteriorates instead of gets better as its final result. Therefore I'm betting on something to happen based on intuition and a greater fundamental market. Therefore I'm gonna bet medium small. You see how that works in my head? Those decisions are the difference between me and everyone else out there pretending to do what I do on YouTube, because most people are just gambling and picking a spot and throwing money at it. But every single decision I make, that risk is calculated on like a sliding scale, right? Is this making sense to you guys? Everything you do has to have that sort of thought process. And if you're like, I'm too lazy, I don't want to do that, then that's fine. I need losers to lose in this market so I can fucking live my multi-millionaire lifestyle. Every idiot that comes in and doesn't want to do their homework, your money becomes my money. Thank you for putting your money in my pocket as I whoop your ass in the markets. I'm totally fine as an idiot that jumps into day trading every single day. But if you don't put in your homework like that, there's no way you're going to go in there and beat me, because I'm who you're trading against. And so I'm not even the best person doing this. People on Wall Street, sophisticated algorithms out there are kicking my ass. There's a hierarchy to this. And if you're not doing that much work in your head when you're trading, you're going to lose to someone who is every time. And it requires that mastery of just, and it's not like an exact science. It's kind of like, I think of it like a sliding scale. I'm very confident. I'm not confident. Okay, what if I'm very confident, but the market's also volatile? Okay, so you guys have been through the boot camp. What would you do? Let's say that the conditions are as such that you now have a 7 out of 10. You're pretty confident. You're not like balls to the wall confident, but you have a 7 out of 10 now. But you know the market's volatile and you have this range to play with. And you're 7 out of 10 that you want to short. What would you do with your position now? You're very confident, but you know it's volatile and you want to short and you're in the middle. Tell me exactly what you would do. Give me a trade. Give me a moderately like thought out trade plan. You put hundreds and hundreds of hours into what we've discussed, but lately markets have been still whooping you. Brian, not your fault. Market's just been shitty. They've been whooping me too. Market's got no structure the last 3 months. That's gonna happen. Somebody said, how do you think money flows? You take it from someone else. There you go. That's right. Somebody said this MFer is so delulu. Bro, I can fucking smell your broccoli hair and Crocs from here. Get the fuck out of here. I think recess is over, bro. Like literally, don't let your teacher take your phone away from you. Delulu, what the fuck, dude? My 7-year-old says that. You build your position, right? Split the lot size. Yeah, volatility. I said volatility to nail it. Around the pivot. Yeah, that's right. So you would put 3/4 of your normal position. Right. So a smaller position in the middle. Yawn in his baby face. Actually, no, Yawn. Aren't you, I would say, aren't you like 20, 21, 22? You're young 20s. You're Gen Z. But Yawn's an up and comer, man. I've seen his streams. He's good. Put 10 years in the game. He's gonna be one of the big dogs out there. Are you 27? Same thing, man. 22, 27. That's the same thing to me. I can't believe I'm 44. No, wait. I'm 44. Isn't crazy? I wear Crocs when I garden, though. I have garden Crocs. So do you guys... Grayson is definitely a broccoli name. Y'all are being so mean. Yeah. Grayson, Caden, Aiden, Shaden, Rosaden. Yeah, I know. That's right. That's kind of hilarious. Somebody said we need natural selection and bullying back. That'll be nice. He's the reason instruction have pictures. He's the reason IKEA instructions come with, like, have you seen the instructions on when you're building from IKEA? It's cartoons. They're so funny. IKEA instructions, they troll you, dude. Like, it's so funny because you don't know what the hell it's saying. Look at this. Hold on. IKEA instructions. This is what they look like. Look at this. To answer your question earlier, I'll get back to the trade in a second. Look, IKEA is this. Here's the guy, right? So confusing. Here's the guy. He looks like he's smiling and happy. So he's like, all right, I need hammer, I need a pencil, and I need a screwdriver. He's sad because it fell over and cracked on the side. He's happy because he put it on a rug. Now, oops. Now he's just confused because he's reading the instructions. Look at this. This part always got to me. I'm like, I'm reading the instructions. I'm confused. Oh, I'm going to call IKEA with my help. Okay, there we go. That's what it is. So, you know, there you go. Every time I've ever done anything from IKEA, it's always the stick. It's always like, it's just the funniest thing. Yeah. This one actually showed up. I guess it's like a funny one. The IKEA instructions. The IKEA, he opens the box, all the pieces. He calls IKEA. He tries to figure it out. Wife is like, why aren't you done yet? He's drinking a couple beers. He's passed out. Him and his wife are yelling, screaming at each other. She's leaving him. Shoots himself with the gun. That's funny. Well, they forgot to let you know about the missing pieces, you know. Anyways. I admire his courage to speak in the absence of knowledge. I saw that reel, the guy that was talking about the hundreds of ways to, like, talk about how stupid somebody is. I admire his courage to speak in the absence of knowledge. That was actually funny. Did he touch the shelves inappropriately? I think he did. Resilience actually went slightly negative now. But you guys say from earlier, right, when I talk about if you were confident that was going to go down, but you knew there was volatility. Volatility means it's going to move a little bit. So, you know, you've got some traversing through this range. And so if I had a position of, say, like, I want to do 10 contracts and I was like 7 out of 10 that was going to fall, but we're in the middle, I might understand that I want the bulk of my position to be near the top of the range, not the middle. So I might take a staged entry position. I'd put 3 in the middle. Let me take a medium bet on my bigger spot. So in case it falls, I make something, but in case it bounces, I can add the other 7 for 10 total and then get a stronger cost basis right up in here so that when it passes back to the middle, I'm in the green. Now you've given yourself 2 chances to win instead of 1. If you put all in here, then you got to get the coin flip right, 50-50. But if you put something small here, it's a Nash equilibrium. You win in both cases. You win if it goes down. You win if it goes up and come to the middle. Aha. You go all in here, you might stop out there. So splitting out your risks gives you 1 extra shot at winning. So I'm gonna keep my win rate so high. I'm giving myself two opportunities to play. It's accepting a lesser win in case you're right, so that you can have a second win in case it falls back to middle from the top. Does that make sense? It's all math at this point, right? Now I'm not even sure. I'm fully flat. I'm probably done for the day for now. But I did want to short this all the way to lower DD band, but I don't really have strong conditions for it just yet. But it is starting to build that a little bit. Lower band. Ever since I told you about Totally Not Robots, dude, I love, it's like one of my favorite subreddits. Instructions unclear. I bought a pizza with a Bitcoin. That poor guy, man, back in the day that bought pizza. Bitcoin. Well, he'd be a billionaire now. Man, my fingers crossed. I hope we get this. I hope the landlord lets us cut it in half. It's the perfect location. If he doesn't, then I'm in for $20,000 a month lease probably. Until we find somebody to grab the other spot. That's pretty heavy. That business won't be. That's pretty heavy for that. For the studio, make about 600, 700,000 a year. And they'll be chopping up 240 of that in lease. I gotta lease that out really quick. But man, like I said, I don't want a vape shop or some bullshit to open next door. Not on my flagship studio. Can I trade for my software? Israel, you can with a brokerage account. Not from props though. What position is opening at Rocket Scooter? So we're starting a prop scoring website that's going to basically be, we need account managers for prop firms. The job would be that you were in charge of relationship with 5 of our prop partners, and you just basically do everything. You negotiate for giveaway accounts, you find out all their deals, you find out all their rule changes. You try to give us, strong relationship. You maybe fly out, take them to dinner, things like that. An account manager. So you keep our prop partners, in the loop, happy, keep our affiliates standing good. But you also are in charge of understanding everything that prop is doing, getting ahead, getting inside info, getting whatever. And then we're populating the website with all the correct data to represent what that prop firm is offering. That way we have the proper score in real time. How do you apply? We're not accepting applications at this moment. We have way too many already. I'll open up another round of, so we're doing another hiring spree, but we've got a whole stack of applications already. The next round, we'll call for another round of folks. We hired our first 3 people, or we haven't started yet, but we have them. They're waiting for us. The website has to be out, then we're gonna get going. And after that, we'll probably round off maybe at 10 employees total. When I call for it, you can email me a resume. If you email me your resume now, it'll go to trash. Don't send me anything now. So wait till we call for it. $26,000. You got the sides. Donnie, you got the sides. He likes the sides. Yeah. $40,000 of sides? Yeah, Poppy got the sides. We took the Pfizer group out. Yeah, we took the Pfizer people out. EJ Entertainment. What's EJ Entertainment? The sides. What do they cure cancer or something? Yeah, that's right. The sides, they cure cancer. That's why they're so expensive. Besides, they did cure cancer. Oh man, poor Rob Reiner, bro. Oh, that was really very sad, man. They let us write off the TNA. I started a gaming channel like my Machinima used to be. Oh, bro, like the old red versus blue. Man, that'd be so much fun. That definitely needs to come back. That was a once in a lifetime thing, though. when Halo was like in its glory days. Halo 1 and Halo 2 came out. The best prop accounts to use for a beginner, anything with my funded futures is probably the best for beginner. They have the most variety. Them, Tradeify or Lucid are probably good. Take Profit has the best benefits, but it's a little harder because it's trailing drawdown. But for a beginner, if you can find a good static account like Elite Trader Funding Static, it's really good. Statics are the easier to trade, but they are also the more expensive. A good well-rounded prop account to get started with is basically any end of the day drawdown. One of the flex accounts that My Funded Futures has, I would say that's probably the best all-around account to get. As far as value goes, it ranks really high on our scoring model. And also it's relatively affordable, and it's end of the day drawdown, which is easier than trailing drawdown, I would say. What do you guys think is your favorite account as a beginner? Like, don't say Apex or TPT. Like, those are hard. Like the beginner, like a beginner, you're just getting started. Where would you direct somebody? Lucid is 40% off with code Rocket Scooter. I don't know what code Vibe is, but code Rocket Scooter gets you 40% off as well. Somebody said Lucid. Oh, Lucid as well. Yeah. My Funded and Lucid and Tradeify. Yeah, basically the big five, right? The 50 flex on My Funded. I always say My Funded is probably the best place to be. It's kind of well-rounded. It's not the biggest payout. It's like top of every category. It's like decent payout, decent split, easy rules, cheaper cost. They don't really have like one thing about it in My Funded that you can say, oh man, this part sucks. It's 80-20 split. That's the only thing. But a lot of firms are like that. TPT is like that, I think. It's 80% split. Lucid Flex, Tradeify Select, My Funded Futures Flex. Yeah, everyone's naming like the same three things. FundedX Rapid is also pretty good. Yeah, let's not leave FundedX out. FundedX Rapid is also pretty good, and it's pretty cheap. But the quickest path to the payout is Rapid. So that's actually one of the benefits of Rapid is that it's a quick path to payout. So check out those four if you like them. Somebody said Apex is straight gambling. Yeah, I mean, certain firms are just, yeah, I mean, Apex is gambling so that YOLO influencers can go in there and try to make $1 million payouts to sell you discords and courses and stuff. Ain't nobody making a living off of Apex. It's so hard to pass. Apex is good, but it's hard because trailing drawdown is pure gambling, dude. It is. Is FundedX Bold any good? Yeah, it's really good, actually. FundedX Bold is their same day payout equivalent that like TPT and others have. If you like that style of trading, Bolt is good. You would suggest starting with Apex so you can understand how to deal with losing and losing cheaply, right? So if you pass Apex, congratulations. Say any suggestions for the next steps? So right, any account with trailing drawdown, the most important thing is to get a buffer. That is your first step. And so with Apex, your first trade, my only advice to you is don't rush your first trade. Now that you're funded, your first trade needs to be your best setup. I always say when you got to build a buffer, that first trade is so important, right? You're going to need to just wait until you're A+ setup. Like a day like this is not A+ setup. This is a choppy shit show. Like whatever your best setup is, wait for it. You want your first trade to be a winner. Anytime there's trailing drawdown. Does that make sense? Like be patient. Don't just be like, you got your account, okay, tomorrow, let's make a trade, right? It's like, there's no rush. Wait weeks if you have to. Make sure your first trade is the highest probable thing that you've got. You know what I mean? Or you're just dead on sure that that's it. And you wait for that thing and you get that thing. A lot of times people, when they first get it, and trailing drawdown punishes you when you're winning. Like if you make some money and then pull back while still green, you can still bust the account because the drawdown is trailing with you. So the problem becomes, you know, certain markets you need to avoid. Avoid markets that are choppy. avoid, and I tell people this, and I know you may not have the patience for this, but this, when you look at VIX futures for the month of March, between now and March, the end of March, the VIX futures are above $20.17 for the next 4 weeks. I wouldn't even touch a trailing drawdown account up inside of here. This environment guarantees a choppy market. You need VIX to be below what we teach. This is the thing we teach. It's called triple B. It's a number we calculate once a month in VIX. And when you were above that, the market's guaranteed to be choppy. And so trailing drawdown accounts, you'll get fucked. When it's down here, it's more stable. You see how it's doing this? And somebody today was like, I was following what you were doing and I busted. And I'm like, yeah, I mean, I give a whole lesson in position sizing. You're going to get chopped out. It's almost guaranteed. So if you're touching your account today, it's going to kind of hurt. Is that giving you some suggestions for you, Gentiville? Is that helpful to you? Stick with the community? Oh, yes, sir. So I always wait when I want to start building buffer, I'm waiting for VIX to be below that level. That way the market trends more and moves distances. It's not just chopping up and down like it's doing now. ARB has been tight because it's a flat market in a lot of places. Most of the stocks are opening flat, and therefore ARB is choppy and resilience is choppy. You're not going to get a strong read, even though the index itself gapped a significant amount. A lot of your stocks are just flat and choppy. You can pop it up and see, like you can pull up like, it was Microsoft. Oops, I did Apple on accident. Microsoft. Flat and choppy. Look at Microsoft. Flat. Meta. Okay, I think it was Tesla or Google. One of the two was also flat. Maybe it was Google. Yeah, Google relatively flat. The fact that stocks are flat and chopping around, resilience is flat and chopping around. You're not getting a strong signal today. Right? Even though we always have the rule that the index itself is flat, but the index itself is not flat. But a lot of the stocks are, so it's just kind of chopping. It's one of those weird setup days. Yep. Resilience is a gap fill predictor that's based on the aggregate of looking at all the stocks at the same time and then filling their gaps. So an example being that if every stock is in its redistribution zone, we look at all the stocks at once to make a decision if the index is going to fill its gap or not. If this white line is below 0, then the index is going to move this way through its own white box. If the white line is above 0, then the index is going to move this way through that box. Open a healthy cafe or smoothie bar next door? Yeah, dude, something like that would be kind of nice, right? You saw some tweets that Apex doesn't have a live stage. Apex, I don't know. Okay, I'll tell you something as far as it goes in the prop space. I'm probably one of the more connected people that you might know as far as like all your friends that trade. I know every single prop firm. I know every prop CEO. I know every influencer. I know hundreds of thousands of traders. Of that being said, I don't know a single person who is live with Apex trader funding. Period. I can name 50 influencer friends. None of them are live. I can name hundreds of thousands of traders I've come across. Nobody has ever said, here's my live account with Apex. But they say they have one. I went to dinner with the folks from Apex and I was like, do you guys have a live account? And they were like, yeah, we have live. And I was like, and they're like, yeah, I mean, we don't give it out to everybody, but we do give it out. And I'm like, that's what they said. Verdict, there's no live program. Maybe there is one for compliance reasons. They gave out one live account one time, but I promise live isn't a thing over there at this stage. Do I know why ETF only has 1x multiplier number of contracts to the direct funded accounts? I'm going to tell you something. Like, we used to work pretty heavily with ETF because we're friends with the people that started it. I've never been the biggest fan of their rules or their plans. They're always trying to like do something different, and their rules are so hard. They have so many different plans to choose from. It's like a buffet. You know, some firms just focus on one or two plans. They've got like 6, I think 6 or 7. And the rule, and they have a unique consistency rule, which is different. And the multiplier thing, I'm going to tell you, it's not a favorite by most people. And it's not ranked that high either on our prop scoring. Nothing bad against them. It's a good firm. But sometimes firms just have rules that are a little kind of hard. There's better options, I'd say, for those types of accounts. Wait, open an ice cream shop and shame them all? Bruh. There we go. That's the 24-hour fitness model. Let's have a gym and let's have a cafe in the front that sells pizza. You know what I mean? Get a pizza and a beer on the way out. Work out them calories, put them right back on before you leave the building. Let's go. If you've gotten big payouts get removed from Apex altogether, that's every firm. If you make big payouts, you get banned. An entire prop firm capped payouts so they wouldn't have to pay me out. Okay. You guys can blame me and a couple other traders for FundNX capping payouts on November the 21st. I had a $330,000 standing balance leading up to that week. And other traders had 600,000, 300,000. There was millions of dollars waiting to get paid out. And then these firms, man, it's like, it's good while it's good. But you gotta be, the thing is, you gotta be the one to milk them. Like, that's the whole point. When the firms are in that boat, you have to be the person that says, I'm gonna milk them. I'll be the first person that make them shut their doors or whatever. I gotta say, you can attribute FundNX payout caps to people sitting there with big balances, because for the weeks leading up into it, they were like, hey, did you take your payout yet? Did you take your payout yet? They were all asking me. The media people, marketing team, did you take your payout yet? I was like, no, not yet. It's kind of odd they were asking me that, but then I took out some of it. I got 180,000 of it taken out, which is fine. Futures Desk. People that use Futures Desk really love Futures Desk. They're pretty good. I've never heard a single complaint about them. They're smaller. Wait, Matt, you're saying that I do Coke now because Adderall is too cheap? What did I upgrade? Did I upgrade to more expensive drugs? I don't even drink coffee anymore, dude. Like, the extent of my crackhead stimulant junkie side is limited to the matcha latte at this point. I have no tolerance anymore. I can even handle a cup of coffee since I cut everything out. Right, you had a party with me a couple years ago. Here's me. Hey, what is that? Give me some of that. That's me. What are you guys doing? Give me some of that. That used to be me. No fear. I do anything. I didn't stick needles in, but what are you guys doing? Can I have some? How was that guy? What is it? I don't know. I'll try it. Give me some. Now it's like, oh, coffee. I get too high. I get too high on a cup of coffee. I'm completely clean. Meth and matcha. I got matcha, oat milk matcha latte. That's my vice right now. Adderall is illegal in Europe. It's a pretty like, it's a slippery slope on Adderall. It makes you a superhero with whatever it is you're doing, but also it comes to your detriment because it hurts your body so much. I was on Adderall for decades. And once you learn to just focus on what you love to do, you'll naturally channel your ADHD superhero powers naturally, which is what I end up doing. I still have ADHD problems with things I don't like or don't care about, but when it comes to like building businesses and trading and stuff, I've conquered a lot of it naturally now, which is good because Adderall's fucking my body up so bad. After years of just beating myself up, after years of living with like an elevated heart rate, blood pressure through the roof. That's just your 40s. Yeah, it's 40s, man. You get there, you got to cut that shit out. My 20s and 30s, I can party pretty hard. What are you guys doing? Give me some of that. Can I have one? I'll just, you know, that was it. After years of beating it, LOL. You for sure need it. I tell you, like I used to be the same way. Once I got on Adderall in college, like it just shaped me right back up. I was undiagnosed ADHD because it wasn't even things that kids got diagnosed in the 90s and 2000s. You know, it was like Now everybody gets diagnosed it. And surely like Adderall helped me through college, helped me through job, helped me through everything. But also, like, I would sit there and trade and my armpits would be like sweaty, dude. I'd be like rocking sweaty pits and like just feeling like my heart rate's up. I was agitated. I was just like almost like a on roid rage, dude. Like I was living my life in that state. And then once my blood pressure started going through the roof, the doctor was like, you got to cut something out. And they like the form, they were like, you know, tell us all the stuff that you do. And that form was pretty long. Because I would do anything. It's like, what have you done in the last year? And I'm just filling out the form. The doctor looks at it and they're like, you got to stop doing all of this, by the way. You got to like, it's like, you know, blood pressure is mostly genetic, but this stuff ain't helping. Stimulants, none of that, none of this, none of that. You're drinking an energy drink in the morning and doing Adderall and drinking coffee. He's like, I'm surprised you're not dead already. You got to cut all that out. I'm like, all right. So I got out of everything. I sip on a cup of coffee in the morning and I've never felt healthier. My blood pressure's in control. And I never realized I was living my life suffering for decades. You don't know what it's like if you're living with like, my normal blood pressure was like 160, 170 for decades. It was just lived in that state. And I always had this weird kind of fuzzy, anxious feeling all the time. And then once I started getting that in control, it all went away. I was like, man, I've been suffering for 20 years. I never even knew what it felt like to feel normal. When I was with iDoc and I got on the meds, blood pressure got in control, I was like, I feel normal for like the first time in my adult life. I feel normal. The world doesn't feel like a fake, weird, buzzy thing to me anymore. So it's crazy, right? You know what the fuzziness, right? You know what I'm talking about. Everything just feels fuzzy and weird, and I just thought that's normal. That's what normal perception was. And then like it got clear and I'm like, bro, high blood pressure will fuck your life up. No more Adderall. No more white powders. No more energy drinks. None of that. And I feel good. Like upstairs feel good. My ADHD is completely gone. Like I focus on what I love to do, and it's not like it's gone. You can't get me to do anything I don't want to do. I'll procrastinate the hell out of it. But if it's something I want to do, I'm so on fire to do it. So really Adderall is only channeling you into something. If you focus, if you have kids that are on ADHD, find what it is they love and they'll focus themselves on it. That's what ADHD is. It's just unchanneled focus. Your brain will latch on to something, I promise. You just got to find what it is. And once your kid figures it out, they'll be a superhero at it. But it's gonna be trial and error until you figure it out. ADHD is like, let me force you to focus on, with Adderall, let's force you to focus on something you don't care about. Whereas it's more just like unchanneled. You got to channel it. For me, like once I realized I love programming, building stuff, building businesses, I'm hyper focused on it. And I'm the worst ADHD on the spectrum. I'm horrible at it. Once you channel it right, it's like a superpower. You're twice as good as anybody else doing that same thing. It's different for different people. And this is also true. My version of it is it's really focus. I can't focus on something. I'm forgetful. My brain isn't storing information, isn't storing memory. You can talk to me and it's in one ear and out the other. I'm absolutely checked out. And I can't even multitask. I'll forget one thing and forget another thing. It was really bad. But it's like once you love something, your brain starts to make different connections because you have emotions that go with it and you're enjoying it. And then my brain works that way. Like if it's something I'm passionate about, my brain's like, okay, hyper focus. Like ADHD is the hyperactive focus part. Some people think you're just all over the place, but in reality, it's just like a fucking laser beam. That's like a water hose you turn on. It's like, but like once you hold on to and aim it at something, then it's good, right? That's just me. If you take the right SSRI, the anxiety with Addy goes away. Dude, when I was in college and I got my car wreck, I got a crack that almost killed me. And for that anxiety that I was having, PTSD, I was having like panic attacks. They put me on SSRIs. For people, it's different for every person. I guess maybe Charlie was talking about SSRIs. Those can be dangerous for the wrong people. They messed me up pretty bad. Like I was I was on Zoloft and I was hallucinating at times. One time my friend and I were walking across the street on campus. After I got my car wrecked, they put me on some Zoloft because I was getting panic attacks when I drive. I got in a car wreck that almost killed me. So for a year I was on like Zoloft, and dude, let me tell you, my friend and I were walking the street on campus, and like, I literally, like, he walked in front of me and I just hit him as hard as I could, like whack like this, and almost tackled him to the ground. He's like, what the fuck, dude? And I was like, bro, you see that car? He's like, what car? And I'm like, there was a car coming at you. And I looked like a car was coming at us. And it was a stationary car, but like my brain was like, oh my God, there's a car coming at us. And so I thought we were about to get hit by a car. And so I'm like, dude, I need to get off this stuff. Like, it was like maybe the parallax, like the road was angled and we were walking by it, so it looked like it was moving. I don't know. But I nearly like knocked the wind out of my buddy's chest trying to save his life. Some made you hallucinate too? Yeah, like things, I wouldn't like seeing things that weren't there, but things were moving that were stationary. And I'm like, I gotta get off this stuff. This stuff ain't good for you. So I got off of that. But you saw stuff too. No caffeine on Adderall. No, yeah, no, that's too much. I would get excited because I would play video games and like be like super on point, hitting all my headshots, you know. But at what cost? You didn't have those sort of symptoms, dude. When you mess with serotonin, it's different for different people. I know people that the first time they did Molly, their brain was never the same after that. You restructure your brain, your serotonin levels change forever. They get serotonin syndrome and then they're never the same. I know people that do Molly every weekend and it doesn't affect them in the long run. You gonna play some PUBG? Have a good afternoon, mate. Anywho, so I went through a health kick last year and I stopped caffeine, I stopped recreational drugs, I stopped pretty much everything. I drink like in a cocktail every once in a while, that's it. And I sip a matcha latte. I've never felt better, man. And I still have fun when I party, so I'll kick back some drinks or whatever, but... Oh yeah, as Charlie says, one aspect of ADHD isn't just about focus on things you're passionate about. Being able to focus on things you don't want to, but have to. And that's where Adderall helps. It kind of like forces you to focus on what it is. I think when I took Adderall, I was actually like, I would compartmentalize everything I needed to do, and I would just get like these dopamine hits every single time I knocked something off my list. So it allowed me to like crush through things, crush through subjects in school like I didn't care about. Because I was just happy to get it done and ace it. And I was getting dopamine hits for it. Yeah, as Slacks is saying, you got to do 5-HTP before and after so you don't fuck up your serotonin. He's talking about Molly. Yeah, this has become a drug educational channel. Every time, dude. Yes, sir. Serotonin syndrome is very scary. Yeah, it is. That's why most ADHD meds tell you explicitly not to use SRIs with them at the same time. Yeah. One every 4 months, you got to space it. Yeah, you really do. You really do. Dun, dun, dun. So Matt's a one cocktail a day at most kind of person, maybe every couple of days, not too crazy. I'll make my paper plain and sit there and read y'all's emails every night. Drink my matcha oat milk latte in the morning. I go to the club and now I'm never like, what you guys doing? Give me some of it. I'm always like, what are you guys doing? Y'all have fun. Let me know if y'all need anything. I got everything. What do y'all need? Has Apex paid anybody here in the past week? No, serotonin syndrome. Oh, we were talking about serotonin syndrome, Trader Dean. We were just, I said I knew some people that had it. Serotonin syndrome just comes from the accumulation of excess serotonin, right? And when it comes to anything serotonin, everybody's experience of it is different. Symptoms are different. Psychologically, it's different. Some people experience anxiety, some people experience depression. It's weird. Like the same chemical condition causes, it's a perception thing. Like everybody experiences it or experiences it so differently. Wait, my phone and TV blocked you? Wait, why did they block you, Albio? What'd you do? I can unblock you. Oh, let me see if I can unblock you. I haven't traded with Apex in a long time. I tried Apex a little bit like a year ago. Are you sure? It might have only been a 24-hour ban. They don't really block people unless you're like spamming. So it looked like I finished out the day. I think, what was this, 50 something? 52? How much was this? 52? Oh, no, that's even more. I didn't add it up. Sorry, 58. So I'm 58K today. Did you guys get the likes up? Can we do one more giveaway today? I really appreciate you guys. One more like, and I'll do one more giveaway. I'll throw out one TPT 150K account for you guys. I want to trade TPT. By the way, we kind of gave away too many accounts already. We're not going to really have a really bonanza-y giveaway bonanza this time around. So we don't have a lot left. We gave away a lot, and then some of our prop partners gave us less this time around. Again. So how life goes. Ferdinand says, yeah, got you, Matt. The reason people are in SRSRI because of higher risk of, because of the increase in reuptake. Yeah. We were talking about two different subjects. Yeah. Your brain can't break down as fast as it's releasing. Right. So it limits you. So, right. In the neurons, when they release the serotonin, the reuptake inhibitor is a blocker that throttles or filter, or it's sort of like buffers how much can be reuptake in the synaptic space between the neurons, right? So the SSRI limits, it's like your brain is making too much and your body's absorbing like as much as it's there. And so when your body's making too much faster than it's too much creation, not enough removing, you accumulate, and therefore you have too much in the synapse. This is what again, this is what I remember from when I was a kid when they told me all that. I could be wrong, but the SSRI, it's an inhibitor that limits how much gets sucked back in the neurons, and therefore limits. So you basically have too much here, and it's all soaking up in the sponge, and you kind of like block some of that to keep it regulated, right? Is that what it is? Because it's been a while, but that's what it was explained to me when I was a kid. I'm like, and I found, would actually tell you something really interesting. So can I tell you what was crazy? The triggers that was triggering me to have panic and anxiety, because I had a car wreck. My car caught on fire, and I had to kick the door to get out. I mean, that's how bad it was. And I'm standing on the side of the road. My car's got flames coming out of it. And I'm just like sitting at it in shock. I was driving 100 miles an hour to go watch Austin Powers Gold Member, of all things to die for in this world. Austin Powers Gold Member, not a movie worth dying for. I'm in a hurry to get there. My college girlfriend, her friend, we're going to the Dollar Cinema to watch it. They're driving in a separate car. I'm driving behind them. I'm speeding. It's raining 100 miles an hour. I was so broke in college. My rims, my wheels were slick. I had no grip on them because I just couldn't change the tire. And so I hit a spot on the road and started hydroplaning. And my car started like, and I lost control. And then I started doing this, and I smashed in the median head on collision. Fucking Dale Earnhardt style. Exactly how he died. At Daytona, right? Like fucking 25 years ago. Same shit. And my whole life flashed before my eyes in that moment. Like I literally, it happened in slow motion. Like I could see it all happening. And I didn't black out. I didn't pass out. Airbags popped. The car sitting there. It hit the median, bounced back in the road. Like boom. And then it sits there and I'm back in the lane of oncoming traffic. And I just remember looking and seeing cars coming at me and swerving not to hit me. Nobody stopped to help me. My car, like I'm basically, the door is crushed. I can't get it open. I'm like, the way that it was is like, there's a median here. My car smash and it goes boom and then turn. I'm like basically this way. Like that with my door right here. And like traffic, this is the lane of traffic right here where other cars are here. And I'm like, the car is like, and there's smoke piling in the cabin and everything. And I had to basically try to open the door and I had to kick the door to get out. And then I walk this way to the car and then I'm like, the car's got flames and I'm just like standing here. And I managed to jump to this side of the car because I'm in shock at this point. My girlfriend and her friend are on, the road traffic's going this way, by the way. Girlfriend and her friend like are literally like stopped hundreds of feet in front of me because they saw this happen. They're running through the rain to catch up to me. And I jump over the car to catch up to them. Like literally fiery car. And I'm like jumping over the hood ninja style. And they sit there and I'm staring at it like, and they're like, oh my God, you're alive, you're alive. And I'm just like, I remember them saying like, I was just sitting there staring at it. And the one thing that stuck with me, and then this is what they all told me is that I was like, how am I going to get to school tomorrow? That's what I said. I'm not just like, thank God I'm alive, kissing the ground. I was like, how am I going to get to school tomorrow? I wasn't even registering what happened. I was 100% in shock. The kind of car it was a Grand Prix GTP. A bright red, fiery red Grand Prix with a sunroof. It was such a nice car. It was supercharged. I was 20 years old. I'm just like, how am I going to get to school tomorrow? They're like, oh my God, you're alive, you're alive. So anyways, years later, I would start getting random panic attacks just out of the blue. Like my brain would just panic. And I didn't realize until I figured it out. It was the color red, which is the color of my car, that triggered it. I'd be watching a movie and something red would flash on the screen and my body would just get crazy. So I found out over the years that the color was a trigger. And once I started like retraining my brain that the color red was safe, it completely went away. Isn't that crazy? All right, gonna spin the wheel. So PTSD, it locked me into that moment that created fight or flight was a bright red color. Matt Evans. I remember I was watching the Casino, the moment in Casino where they beat Joe Pesci to death with the baseball bat and throw him in bury him alive. All that red and that blood, I started getting anxious again. One time I just realized that it was the color red that was triggering. So when you hit a traumatic moment, your brain kind of remembers visually the part that made you panic. Me seeing a bright red car on fire and going into shock, it was that color. Red shirts, red posters, red anything, blood, anything I would get. So I started having to retrain my brain. I read all these books about how to do it. You go through your trigger and you tell yourself that it's safe and then it no longer affects you anymore. But I had severe PTSD from that wreck. It only took some time to figure out what was causing me to panic. So I got to just sitting there watching TV, and all of a sudden I'm like, man, I feel weird. Something's going on. Am I high? Like, what the fuck's going on? And somebody on TV was wearing a red shirt. It's crazy, right? As if it's for real. So like, I think what happens in your brain, didn't claim surprise. Where you at, Maddie? Let me just spend more time. When you have a shocking moment, the reason I think your life flashes before your eyes, because your brain realizes, holy crap. Karvid, like your brain realizes, holy shit, I'm about to die. Let me flip through the Rolodex and see if I've got anything from my history of memories and experiences to help me out in this moment. Your life flashed before your eyes, your brain is searching for an answer pretty quick. It's going through the files very quick. How do I get out of this situation? Let's see if I remember any time this happened to me before. I have no instinct to protect me in this moment. This is real. This is weird. This is different. What have we learned? 40 years of life. What have we learned? Figure it out. And you're experiencing like going through memories. Your brain, your computer is like, fucking find the answer quick. So time tends to slow down for you because your brain is like processing all this information. I think that's really what happens. Congratulations, broski. You are the winner of a TPT account. Congratulations. But then like when you go into shock, your brain just kind of like protects itself from chemical overdose, so it blocks certain things from happening. But the physiological side always remembers. The instinctual side is always like, this thing is dangerous, avoid this thing in the future. You just learned that this is dangerous. So then, like my doctor described it as a record player has a scratch on it. Sometimes when the record's turning around, it ignores a scratch. You have a CD with a scratch on it. It was the same thing. But every once in a while, it'll hit that scratch and then it'll just get stuck in that mode. And that stuck in that mode is your anxiety or the whatever. You get something just, it's just normal every day, but one time it just lines up just the right way that the record starts skipping, and that's kind of what's happening. He's like, you have a chemical stain on your brain. You got this dose of chemicals that has a certain part of your brain that when you walk down that path again, the record starts skipping. He's like, that's what anxiety is, something, or PTSD is. You triggering something, and you got to find those trigger points and then reprogram your brain that it's no longer danger for you. And I literally coached myself out of anxiety. So that's helpful to you guys. Maybe it's helpful, but I had to, I'm jumping over a flaming car just to catch up with my girlfriend at the time. I'm not even processing how dangerous that was. You know what I mean? Crazy, right? I was probably like 20 years old. Crazy. All right, anyways, guys, $58,000 today, profiting it, crushing it. I got to go to my funded TV. I love you all to death. It's time to get out of here. We'll be back in the afternoon. You guys hang out and check out Neon streaming. Fantastic streamer. Oh my God, we've been crushing it. One of the top ranked slots of the time slot. He's already crushing with numbers. We'll be live later on this afternoon. We're glad to see you guys. I'll be live on my funded TV for an hour. Join me there. We'll be doing a giveaway. We'll come back and you guys kick it with Neon for the afternoon. Here's the link. Kevin's posting it. Thank you so much, Kevin. Appreciate you guys. 4 minutes. I got to get out of here. I love y'all to death. Y'all have a good day today. Thanks for tuning in.
Again.